Mm-hmm. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, Ida. We are live, Ida. We had a little camera snafu, but we're live. Hi, Margot. Hi, GB. Hi, Kathy. Hello, Christina. Hi, you will never fill my shoes. Hello, Patriot, old woman, Judy. Oh gosh, you guys are going fast. Black Rose sent me something to slow the chat down, so let me see if I do that. I don't know, Black Rose, I put your links here. So I'm out of the room. I can't see any of you. Go to my dashboard, go to this live events. Okay. I still can't see you guys. I'm in the live control room. And now I don't have the instructions, but let me see. Okay, let's see. Oh, wait, I can see the chat in here. Oh, nobody told me this, you guys. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Okay. But I still don't see, I'm in the control room. I see the chat. Now, where am I supposed to go to slow this down?
Click on it.
No, they gave me instructions and I can't, I've got to go back to the instructions now. And Jimmy, that's driving me nuts hearing my echo. Let's see. It says on the event you wish to edit, enable slow mode. Where am I enabling? I don't see anything to enable slow mode though. Oh, I have to go to advanced settings chat. Hold on. Please shut that, Jimmy. It's driving me nuts hearing my echo. Okay. No. No, Jimmy, because Jimmy, you're wearing Captain America.
You can see the chat. Good.
No, I can see the chat. It's right there, and we can't see what you're probably showing.
Click on it I know. Click on it to slow it down.
No, it doesn't do that.
Oh, but I don't know if you can slow it down.
No, that's not. Yeah, no, that's what I'm supposed to be able to do in here, and I'm supposed to find advanced settings, but it's not here.
Let me see.
Okay. Do you see anything that says advanced settings? Stop streaming. It says no. We don't want to do that. Info. Live control room, info and settings.
Click on it.
I did. It's on.
Okay, click on the next one because there's advanced settings.
Okay, now where's this?
Enable slow, right there.
Enable slow mode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and that's it.
Chat.
Yeah, that's
Limit
good.
Chat post to every 60 seconds.
Yes, that's what they want. Okay. And now hopefully it's going to stay like that forever. Okay, I'm coming back in the room now. If I can find the room. Okay, we've got it. Did you see Jimmy's? Jimmy was probably on camera with his Captain America pants. Jamie got the credit for doing it?
That was what?
Nothing. You were probably on there with your Captain America pants. You thought you weren't showing because it was showing us a still screen, Jimmy. They probably all saw you.
Oh.
See? And they're all laughing at you.
Maybe it was funny.
You could only see his Beatles shirt? Okay.
Yeah, maybe it was funny.
Christina said they're not laughing at you. So, okay, I'll be nice, Lori. So slow mode's on. Now, Black Rose, will that last forever or do I have to do that every time? Please tell me that it will last forever. It worked. Now, will it last forever, Black Rose? Hello, Sam the Schnoz. Hi, Felicity. Hi, Julia. Please don't complain. The chat is too slow now. Yes, please don't, because I'm not. It takes me how long to figure that out. And Black Rose had to send me the thing. Oh, JMM. Thank you for your card, JMM. JMM, this is from you, right? This card right here from you? Thank you. Hello, Sarah Jane, Angie, Jeanette. Mama Four Girls, Texas, Starly, Kimberly, hello. Maui, Chickadee, hello. Hi, HD Sheridan, and True Life Crimes and Other Life in General, Things Life in General. Hi, Ham, Alexandra, Drea, I'm sorry. And Southern Mom. Okay. So did anybody see, did we catch that guy yet? Who's the North Carolina people in this room? Hi, Life's a Journey. Anybody from North Carolina? Let me know who's here from North Carolina. Hi, Patty. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Mari. Hi, Libby. Hi, Sue. Hello, Lauren. Hi, Kara. Rebecca. Hello. Baby Zizi. Hello. Melinda. Hello. Songbird Katie. Hello. Greenhouse. Hi. Did you hear they found a body in the waste in Adams County? No. Greenhouse where? Where are we talking about? JMM, I can't believe you already received the card. It would take 10 days to mail it. Really? No, we got it the other day. Thank you. Did you make that card yourself? Jimmy thought you made that yourself. Did you make that? Hi, Mommy. Hi. Well, welcome to all of our mods who put up with all this stuff. Hi, H. Wolf. Hi, Christine. Hi, Simple Deb. So nobody's here from North Carolina with an update if they got that guy? I thought we'd see right away for people that have North Carolina channels. Yeah, we figured out slow mode. Thank you, LOL. New fan. Hi, Peggy. Hi, Georgia Peach. Okay, so we don't know if we found that guy yet. Yo, North Carolina, Alexandria, did they find the guy that I posted, that Lynn Keel? Oh, I keep calling him Neil. Lynn Keel. Hello, Sharon. Lynn Keel. You signed it on the back? Oh, okay. Very nice. Very nice card. Let me see if I can see the card she sent. Very nice. Hi, Angie. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Margot. Beautiful, isn't it? Hi, Texas woman. That's so nice. It is. Yeah, very nice. Hi, Annie. Hi, H-Wolf. How come here in Texas, just flying 18-wheelers, no updates on the Lynn guy? Okay, and then who was it that told me? I've got to remember. I'm also looking at the other case that's in Texas, right? You guys have another case where the husband is in prison, not prison, I guess it's jail. They haven't found, my kids are up very, very late. They haven't found a body because my kids are on vacation, so they got up really late today. They're still playing Fortnite with their friends. Oh, you're very kind, JMM. Thank you. Isn't that nice, Luke?
What?
Isn't that nice?
Yeah. Who made it? Did he make it? I heard you.
Yes, they made it. Yep. And very nice, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. And my daughter's here too.
What is this made
So
out of? That right there.
I don't know, paint pens or something?
What is that? Like how you spell God made out of?
Luke wants to know what you used, if you used paint or paint pens. Wait, then the name will be JMM when it comes up. You have to wait for the answer. But I think it was Julie. Was it Julie A that left me the thing about Texas? I'm trying to see. And then there's, his name is Andre and she's is it Andreen? Does anybody know about that?
Oh, Luke is
So cute. Yes, he saw that right away. Luke is so cute from Jess. Yeah. Oh, Joan. That's Joan that wrote that card. It's a he. She.
There's other people.
Yeah, there's all the people. So, where was I?
I'm a mini Jimmy, you said.
You're a mini Jimmy. Joan, is that he wants to know how you did that, whether it was paint or you used paint
Mommy.
markers or Oh, did she answer me? Mommy, Luke is so cute. Okay. That's Black Rose.
There was other stuff.
I don't know.
Oh, hello.
Luke's the future. He watches YouTube all the time and he tells me, oh, you should put life hacks for people and tell them how to get free stuff at Starbucks.
No,
'cause
no.
You told me
Can
that.
you smash 3,000 likes?
Smash 3,000 likes. You do tell me to put life hacks. Oh, she used ink. Okay. Everybody's saying hi, Luke. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Okay. So, Julie A., you're from Buffalo, DZ. Hello. How do you get free? He told me, I don't know if this is true. Tell them how you got the, how they get the.
So if you go to Starbucks, you need a refill, and all you need to do is keep your cup, and it's like 1/4.
50 cents, I thought you said.
Yeah, I think. I don't know.
I think you said 50 cents. He says if you buy a coffee at Starbucks, you can bring the cup back and they'll give you a refill for 50 cents. He saw this on YouTube. I don't know. But that's okay. So now let's see here. Hi, Sunny. Hi, Pink. Pretty pink flowers. And let's see. Yeah, but he watches all of those crazy channels where they go to Walmart and do stuff, you know. Anyway, so Julie's not here. Nobody knows about the other Texas case with the husband and the wife, and now the wife is missing. They haven't found her body. I'm doing something. I've been getting all the information to do a little. That's yeah. Oh, come on, stop it, Ethan. Jimmy just. This is crazy house tonight. Jimmy just made limeade. So they were pouring limeade and he's laughing because it sounds like something else. Okay, those are boys for you, okay? Okay. You lost me for a minute? Okay, do you have me again? You lost
whiskey.
Okay, come on, stop Ethan. Please. Thank you.
That seems running slow on there. Look,
Yes, because we want slow chat. Everybody wants slow chat. That's why it's running slow. Okay. Say goodnight, Gracie. Good night, Gracie. Judy Smith, you love the laughter. Okay. And my daughter's over there laughing it up too. Okay. You have to rewind your video, Luke, if you want him to look at you. All right. So I will do a video on it because I've been gathering a lot of info about it. It's a pretty interesting case. And you live in North Carolina. The search is still going on, Serenity. Do you think he killed himself, Serenity? Do they have any ideas yet of where he is, or he thinks he's on the run? I would think he's going to kill himself. I don't know why, because he's probably going to look around at Frazee and Watts and probably going to... Annie J is in North Carolina. Annie, you have any news on that? Any inside information from the people in North Carolina about where they think he is? You're loving the kid, Sunshine? Good. Oh, my goodness. They got up so late today. Don't even... they'll probably be up for another hour. Okay, news said the marshals are after him. I don't know. I'm thinking he's going to kill himself. I don't know why. I don't think he's... We haven't had... I mean... What case? Okay, Gloria, I posted a video on it earlier. There's breaking news because there's a manhunt. At least, do they believe he's still just in North Carolina? More limeade. That he hasn't left the area? Saturday night, your daughter's still up too? Yeah, well, these kids are on vacation too, Ida, and they're playing Fortnite, and all their friends are still up too that they play with on headphones. So everybody's up. Late night for everybody. It's only Saturday, right? Okay. It's not Sunday. But you don't even have school on Monday, so Sunday's gonna be like Saturday. What's the toy I'm holding? No, it's my drink.
Yeah, it's a drink. Good.
You do not wish death on anyone, but He's a bad man. Yeah, and I haven't heard where the 10-year-old is. Is the 10-year-old maybe with the sister? I don't know. Or maybe I'm the slow. Who's in the loop with that in North Carolina? Because people were asking where the 10-year-old son is. Okay, Natalie, I posted a video. It's that Keel. The last name is Keel. And the wife went missing on, what was it, March 7th. They found her on March 12th. The North Carolina Department of Transportation found her, and she had blunt force trauma to the back of her head was the cause of death. They found her in the woods about 30 miles from her house. And then what happened was she's a registered nurse. She's originally from Colombia, but she has an 18-year-old daughter. And then she had a 10-year-old son with this husband who's 57. She's 39. He's 57. And then he was saying, he went in for ice maker. Okay. He went in for questioning, and he was saying that she would go away a lot. It's normal for her. She'd go away and be gone for days. And that's totally a lie. The hospital that she works at says she'd never missed a day of work, and she would never just take off and not tell them. So, yeah, Terry, don't worry, we're getting started. And then her daughter took to Twitter and started asking people to please help, that her mother's gone, her mother's missing. But anyway, on the 12th, sadly, they found her deceased, right? And then they got a warrant for the husband because her car was there, her purse was there, her credit cards were still at the house. No, nothing had happened. Either she hadn't used them while she was missing. So they suspected him basically from the beginning. And I don't know why they do, Steph. You think they keep, but this guy had a good reason why he might have thought, listen to what happened, because there's another turn in this case. So what happened was then they found out his first wife died falling down the stairs, blunt force trauma, which they thought was an accident, but it was outdoor stairs. I think they were like concrete stairs. It wasn't like Peterson in the house, but it was still declared an accident. Well, now they're saying it doesn't look like an accident anymore because same blunt force trauma. Yeah, the Michael Peterson, Julia. Right? So there we go, where that's what I'm saying. And then somebody said, yeah, well, like Drew Peterson. Now, Drew Peterson, I know the case, but did the wives die of the same thing? I have to go back and look at that case again. But just this is kind of like Drew, and it was the same thing. Where they fell not Drew, I'm sorry, Michael, where they fell down a flight of stairs. These women both had blunt force trauma. I guess that was very similar. And shameless use for a child. Oh, yes, I'm pimping the children out. So you think Drew the first one was electrocuted? Yeah, I thought they died differently. And then the second one, Ida, she was younger, right? And then they had I even remember the Lifetime movie I have to go back to Drew again and do a recap, because I'm sure there's some people that are lost on it, like me. The first wife of Drew died in the bathtub. Okay. How did the second one? She disappeared, right? Didn't the second one, did they ever find her? They've never found her. See me at the beach ever? The home they were living in, his first wife's childhood home. She knew the house very well. They don't believe she slept. Okay. So no. Well, maybe we'll have to revisit that one again, because there's probably a lot of people that don't know. Is there an autopsy report? Not that I know of yet. This is pretty new right now. Not yet. I'll keep following it. You made it. No, Jennifer, you didn't. We're talking about the case in North Carolina where they're hunting for the husband that, if they want to arrest for killing his wife, and who may have also killed his first wife. They never found her, but they believe he put her in a metal drum in the water. Wow. Okay. Michael Peterson, both women, right, Judy? They died falling downstairs. So, yeah, a lot of death. And then Julie A., you're the one that told me about the Texas case, too, because there's another case going on in Texas where I'm covering that one, I've got a lot of information on it. So I'll put one of those informational videos on it so that everybody can get up to date, and then we'll talk about it, the next time. But that's another case. What's the guy's name? It's Lynn Keel. Yeah. His first name is really, what was the first name? I have it in the other thing. He's got a different first name, but he was a junior, so I guess they always called him Lynn. Maybe that was a problem. Hello, mommy. Hi. Is it Smutna from Europe? How are you? Rexford. Yep, that's it. Sorry. So he was Rexford Lynn Keel Jr. And well, they said Rex. Is he going by Rex? It said Rexford, but they call him Lynn. And we really need. Yeah, I know, Lisa. And I was thinking too. There's got to be someone that saw Chris Watts at some time that morning before he got there. Too bad they didn't really put out like something, and people had their dash cams before they looped over everything. But yeah, there should be cameras everywhere. Don't drink Colorado water, people. So the other case, and I believe it's Julie that told me about it, I hope I have that right, was Hi, Healing with Woods Woman. How are you? Is the one in Texas, which is another one. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Smutna. So, hi, Ivy. You just put GPS location on your family. Hi, Felicity. Hi, 69. So the other one is in Texas, and it was a very successful woman who, and what's with the successful women being snuffed out, right? Because, okay, the one in North Carolina was a registered nurse, and he was very controlling. He didn't want her to be alone with anybody. He didn't want her, to do, I can't look at that one. Let me just stay on task. I'll talk. He didn't want her to be alone with anybody, her friend said. And when her friend was going to help her leave him, then he said, you have to end the friendship. And her mother said the same thing. And I think her mother is still in Colombia and said she wanted to leave him. But then tons of Petersons and Chris, and then, he threatened her when she went to leave him. So anyway, and we don't know what the threat is, and that's still pretty new. They're still looking for him now. There's a manhunt for him. They haven't found him. And I'm just wondering if they think he's still in North Carolina or he's coming, he's going somewhere else. If he's coming up this way, he's going down that way, wherever he's going. But in Texas, they have the husband, and he's in jail with a $2 million bond, and he just asked for it to be lowered. I don't know if they grant, I hope they didn't grant that. But, he's there, no body, but all the evidence seems to point that he killed her. And he bought like a shovel, a gas can. There's a lot. I'm following that story. I'm going to put it into one of those PowerPoint videos to give everybody all the information. Judy Smith, exactly, right, successful. So his wife, it was just his 40th birthday, I believe. And I think they had a party around, it was in February. It might've been the 28th, or 28th was the last day she was seen. And she had a business, an adult, what was it, like an assisted living business where she had different houses. And I guess, mature adults lived in them, and she managed them. And she started that business when she was 22. And I believe is she 29 now? I think she's 29. So she's a bit younger than him too. And he just turned 40. And at his 40th birthday, had a big party. And they said that, there's pictures with them laughing and smiling, but they weren't getting along. Whereas this one is in Texas, JM, and the other one is in North Carolina. San Antonio is the one that I'm talking about now. And it's their last name. I have it all over there on my PowerPoint because I started to do the video, but then there's a lot more information on that case. And so I'm going to have to finish it and do it tomorrow, but they think that, yes. Oh, good. Yes. Crazy. See, that's another thing. They have a daughter who's autistic. She's not very verbal, but she told them something like, Daddy hurt mommy. And they said, what did Daddy do to mommy? And she made a a sound like gasping for breath. So maybe like he strangled her. And so they have that. And what was the other stuff they had? And then, then he was destroying, he was destroying receipts for a shovel, for like a gas can, for all kinds of things to like get rid of her body. Okay. And they caught him trying to tear up the receipts for that stuff. So that's why he's there on obstruction of justice. Obstruction of evidence, justice, of evidence. So the grandmother, I believe, has the little girl now, and your daughter's autistic 9. I don't know if she could verbalize something like that. Okay, well, they said, Ida, they just said that she kind of gasped for breath, but she couldn't tell them much more than that. And I think she did say, Daddy hurt Mommy. Mommy, would you consider having a moment? Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely, Smutta. It's almost St. Patrick's Day. Hi. Oh, that's what I wanted to show you guys. This is very funny. Let me see. Not funny, haha, funny. Funny, kind of strange, kind of weird, funny, kind of. You remember the other night, right? I was getting all of those, hold on a minute. All of those people in the room, right? And people have been just like, trying to get us to shut up. Well, what happens? I'm in the store the other day. Here, let me post it this way. I'm in the store the other day buying stuff for my son's ice cream cake. And as I'm walking through, you might have seen me say this in the comments, there was this shirt hanging where it shouldn't be. There was no other shirt like it in the entire store. I looked. It was in lavender, okay? And it was standing. I mean, it was put right in front of my path. There's no way I could miss it. Look. Can you see? In the lavender. Standing right, I said, oh my gosh, I looked at it. It was my size. The only shirt. Isn't that crazy? So I'm like, that went right in my cart. And I said, that was crazy. But I really took it as a sign that, don't stop what you're doing. Don't let them tell you to be quiet or, So yeah, I was crazy to see that. Yeah, it took me back. So that was very nice. Yeah. Because I looked I'm like, that is so weird. And it was just there. So yeah, I definitely, and in the color, everything, right? No, I don't think it's coincidence either. And it was even on sale. So I think she was even like, okay, and I'll even give it to you on sale. Yeah. But yeah, definitely. It was just crazy. It was just right where it was among all kinds of other things. And then I even went back and looked to see if there was nothing else. Yeah, that was crazy. So yeah, that made me feel good the other day because that was right after we had that crazy chat. But yep, absolutely. Anyway, that was something good because somebody else was telling me they had something, I don't know, and then I mentioned it in the comments. But anyway, yeah, that was really very touching. So I hope so, Tracy. Friend of yours back in the 70s bought a pair of jeans because they spoke to him, and then he remembered he was high on LSD. Hi there, Rebecca. How are you doing? So where was it? So the Texas case, yeah, they've got they don't have a body either. But I don't know what's going to happen in that case because he might have just gotten rid of her. So this other guy, maybe he got so confident, the guy in North Carolina, that if he did kill the first wife, it was back. Does anybody remember that when that was? That was back when she was 42 and she was born, I think, in 1963. Is that what, let me say, is that what it was? She was 1963 and she was 42. So, I think it was 2006. It was 2006, even though, okay. So 2006. So if he got away with it all this time, see, that's what I mean. And then I think they get really cocky, whereas maybe Michael Peterson also. Hi, thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Leona. Hi, Renee. Hi, Rusty Spoons. What's going on with these men? I don't know. That's what I'm saying, Rusty. What the heck is going on with them? That's exactly what I've already started making that other one in Texas, and that's what it says on the cover. It says, what is with these men? You know, I mean, I don't get it. You still cannot find, it's just a little, should be on the bottom of the video, a thumbs up. But one in Minnesota, there's another one jigsaw puzzler in Minnesota and Michigan, recent cases too. Oh boy, really? Mommy new saying murder is the new divorce. Yeah. But for the most part, you think they would see this and be, could I please do that moment of silence? Yeah, you would like me to do, okay. Smutnilist says we should have a moment of silence for about 30 seconds. Who's gonna time us here? I'll ask Alexa for Shanann and her children, okay? You guys wanna do that? So I'll tell Alexa, can you set a timer for 30 seconds, please?
30 seconds, starting now.
Okay, moment of silence, no chatting for Shanann and her babies, okay? Okay, Alexa, thank you. All right. Okay, Alexa. You are taking a second look at your husband. I know, Ida. It's like, what are you going to do? What is go, Alexandra? Tell her to be quiet. Just tell her to be quiet. That's nice. She said that with a mouthful of cookies.
Alexa, keep quiet. Alexa, stop.
Okay. I know. Thank you, Amanda. Amazing about the show. Thank you. So, yeah. Yes, that was very nice. Okay, so you tell your boyfriend, thanks for not murdering me. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. And so did Jigsaw answer me? Jigsaw, are those things that are happening right now in Minnesota, would you say? And or did you say, when did this happen? B, she went missing March 1st. March 1st. And then they haven't found her body. They haven't found her body. But the husband's been arrested, and he was arrested on obstruction of evidence, and he has a $2 million bond. I have the chat on slow mode, Terry. Why? Please tell me that you're okay with that, because it took me like 3 months to be able to do that. Thank you, Smutna. We live in a scary time. Hi, Zoanne. Hi, Maui. Hi, Annalise. I'm sorry. Hi, Lupe. The law has been looking here in Fountain, Colorado. Oh, at the land for Kelsey. Yeah, no luck yet. They haven't found her, right? Thank you, Lisa. Husband killed wife with antidepressants in Oklahoma this past week. Wow. Okay. And they caught him right away there? Let me see. They caught him right away there, Lisa? Jigsaw. Okay, so Jigsaw answered me somewhere. Okay, let me see here. one in Minnesota killed his girlfriend and 2-year-old girl. I don't know. They should make these like. I guess these husbands are just really cocky and they think, I'm not going to get caught. I know how to do this. Because Frazee had to be ridiculous, right? Because Watts was such a big case and it was right before him in his same state. Hi, Frugal. Hi, Casbot. Right? Hi, stay in class 8. I don't know why. And yeah, why kill the baby is crazy. I don't know. It's just way off from what we're talking about. What's just way off? Oh, you mean what I'm saying is way off from where well, maybe they are in slow-mo. They probably are. It's one, I don't know. It's either going to be that it's going to look like a way off from what you're typing. I don't know what to do. We have so many people, so it's just, I think it's better in slow mode. I don't know. This is the end of times, Mr. Cynthia says, is all bad stuff is happening. I don't know. Did something just happen in Brazil? Because I saw a comment before on something I was watching. It said, pray for Brazil. Did something happen in Brazil too now, besides New Zealand? Or is that, anybody know? Because I haven't been able to watch the news or anything. Hi, B. Mays. Taylor, I know she isn't a detective. She missed her true call. What us? There was a school shooting in Brazil? It's getting crazy. I'm sure Mommy knows if I want to show love to Shanann Frankie. He spoke out on his YouTube channel. I subbed for a while. What happened, Carolina? I'm sure Mommy knows, but if you all want to show love to Shanann's brother Frankie, he spoke out on. Make sure it's his YouTube channel, though, Carolina, because I know there are fake profiles going around. Half the world should be on Prozac. Fox's purple lolly, hello. Maybe it's the chemicals people talk about that's causing all these people to kill. I don't know. It's getting crazy. I would really like to ask Frazee, though. Did you know about Chris Watts? Did you know how quickly he was caught? Did you think, like, what did he think? He must have just thought, well, I'm just so much smarter than him. And maybe he thought he got away with it for a while because her mother lived, kind of school shooting in Brazil too. Really? How many casualties? April. Fraser never thought he was mean. Did anybody watch his videos with the dogs? You made Alexa set a timer. Oh, for you too. But your daughter made mine stop. Yeah. Certain always murders in every era. It's just crazy. People say, there's some people that always say it's the same. It's just social media makes us more aware. But I don't know. Frankie does have a YouTube channel now. He did a video to prove it's him. Okay, I don't. Frankie is a good guy. Loved his sister. Yeah, he did. Kevin. Okay, so we don't have, hi Mike, we don't have any news on them. And let me get your questions then, if that's, I'll do your questions now if we don't have any more news on 7 to 10 dead, really? That's terrible. Did they catch the shooter? Social media has put the stuff in your face. The scary part is it's been going on for a long time, no increase. You don't think there's any increase, Annie? You think it's exactly the same, but just in our face? What's free at anybody? What's Frankie's channel? Is he just, what's he under? Because I know there was a fake video or a fake channel. Let me go to my thing here. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk to you about. Madeline McCann. Who's watched the new series on Hi, Rosemary. Cheryl, Denise, hello. Can Mom. Narc Shock, hello. Who's watched the new Madeline McCann on Netflix? You did, Kathy? Okay, not yet. I watched the first episode. Okay, and I've got to tell you guys something that's really freaking me out really, really badly. And you'll probably think I need to go to the nut house after this, okay? I have such a strong recollection. And I told you guys the other night, does anybody remember I told you my mother was involved in that case, and she said that they gave her maybe Benadryl or something, and the girl died, and so they covered it up because they wanted to be there to raise their twins? Okay? My daughter remembers it clearly too. My daughter remembers my mother talking about this too. My mother died in May of 2005. This case happened May of 2007. Tell me how we both have such strong recollections of my mother talking about this. It freaked me out for about a good hour today. I was literally climbing the wall. I'm not joking, because not just a little recollection do I have everything my mother told me about this. My mother died 2 years before it happened. And my daughter has the same recollection. I freaked out today. I told Jimmy I was going to have to go to the hospital. I'm not kidding around, because this is not just like a dream or whatever. I remember everything my mother said about this. The Madeline McCann story, Angie, I told everybody, somebody asked me would I look into the Madeline McCann story, and I said, your mom died in 2004. I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. McCynthia. I said, I would. I said, I was really not as into that case when it was there, but my mother was very into that case. And then I went on to give my mother's theory, and somebody said, oh, I agree with that or whatever. And everything my mother said about it is in my head. My daughter, before we sat down, I'm like, remember when Grandma used to talk about this case? Yeah, I remember. We're watching it, and I saw the date come up, and it said May 2007. And I said to my daughter, this couldn't be May 2007, right? And she goes, so she checks on the internet, because I'm thinking like, okay, this movie, I don't have high hope for it because they got the wrong date here. And then she looks at it and she goes, no, that's what it's saying. It's saying May 2007. And I said, this can't be, and I repeated verbatim everything my mother said about it. And my mother died 2 years before, almost exactly 2 years before it happened. This happened May 3rd. My mother died May 8th of 2005 on Mother's Day. And I still cannot believe that was not my mother talking. I remember the conversation. So I told Jimmy, I need to go to the hospital, I think, because I might be losing my mind. But thankfully, my daughter remembers it. And I texted my sister to see if my sister remembers it, because I don't understand. I really don't. And she hasn't answered me yet. No. So very weird. It is crazy, because when I was telling you guys that, I was telling you everything, and I'm saying, how the heck? I remember things my mother said about it. And then the other really weird thing is, it would have happened right after one of my sons was born. And usually I'm really tuned into a story about children, like right after you give birth, because your hormones are all like crazy. And I don't remember being into it very much, which would be very odd for me, especially having a baby like 2 weeks before. So it was very, very weird. Yeah, I don't know. It was very weird. I thought I had to go. What's the shirt thing? Oh, I was at the store, Friday, when I went to get my blood work done. I went to the store because I had to get stuff for an ice cream cake for my other son's birthday, because I'm making another ice cream cake. It's almost done. And I walked in the store, and just hanging there on an end cap, not with anything like it, was this shirt in lavender. Hold on. You see it? Shine, bright, shine. And that was right after we were getting like a lot of flack to be quiet, and about Shanann and all kinds of stuff. And I got some emails after that you guys didn't even see, from somebody that, I don't know, needs some help, telling me to take down videos and all kinds of things. And then I ran into that shirt. So that's what we're talking about. I don't know, Maui, either that or I'm totally insane, because how could my mother have talked about that when I don't know. really bizarre. Yeah, Safi. So, do I think that it's strange there's no autopsy? No, there are autopsy photos, but the family doesn't want them released. So that's probably in that part of the discovery that's redacted. Yeah, Judy, definitely. Yeah, it gave me chills when I saw it because I looked to see, because I always do things like that. Like, I'm like, am I crazy? Is there going to be like another rack full of these shirts and somebody just put it there because it was in my size, everything. And I looked all over to see if there were any others, and there were no others. Maybe, Noreen, it must have been some dream that I really think it was so real. It's crazy. I mean, I have such a recollection. You really want to? Oh no, yeah. I don't know why anybody would really those autopsy pictures. You would never want to have that as they are. I mean, it's horrible, I'm sure, after what he did to them. Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think anybody would want to view those. I mean, there are people that go around and say they want to view that. I don't know. It's not good. What is it? Show? I don't know what that is. But anyway, I don't know. Milk? I don't know what they're talking about. Do we ever try? I don't know, Mike. I think I'm trying to decipher what that person was just talking about. But our mods will take care of it. All right. We've got great mods, and they'll take care of it. So back to Madeline McCann. So after I had my freak out moment, I did watch the episode. So whoever watched it, what did you think of it? And see, I wasn't, I guess, I know about the case. I told you what I think my mother told me about the case, but it wasn't my mother, apparently. I don't know what is going on, but because I used to say my mother was much more into that case than I ever was. Hey, Delilah, McCann doc is slow. McCann doc is slow. I don't know what that means, my unit. But I watched, the documentary is slow. I heard someone say they didn't like it. I mean, I didn't mind the first episode. And if I could tell you my thoughts on it if you want me to. There's not, I only watched the first episode so far. And this is probably from the case. If anybody follows the case, then you probably have this, you would see that, but you believe the parents are responsible. First of all, okay, I understand the restaurant, they show it to you, the distance, so it's across there. But why did the dog is a cookie jar? Yes. Why did they leave that door open? It's rubbish on Netflix, crazy cat lady? Okay. Why did they leave the door open? Why couldn't they just shut the door and open it with their key? They have very little kids. What would be the purpose to leave the door open? I don't get that. Okay. So that's one thing. And like I said, I thought I didn't file. I thought my mother filed the case. But anyway, and then they sent various people to check this throughout the night. They would walk across, right, and check these kids. And the first time, supposedly, the dad went and he said he saw the kids sleeping and he thought what a lucky father he was. And then the next time they sent a male friend that I guess he had other kids. And he supposedly didn't look at the kids. He just looked in the room and saw a light or something and thought, okay, they're fine. Well, that's not really checking the kids, but whatever. He said something like that. He thought he heard one stirring, so he was just going to go out and before they woke up. Yes, Madeline McCann. Now, yes, we're talking about the documentary that's on Netflix. I'm just discussing the first episode here. Okay. Now, another thing. They're both physicians, correct? They have enough money to get a sitter. Almost every hotel has a sitter that'll sit with your kids or some type of service, right? Or wouldn't they even have a nanny that could have sat with their kids in the other room? That's the other thing I'm thinking about, right? Why wouldn't they have a nanny or even get a babysitter from the hotel, right? A hotel, even the most nominal hotels, a Marriott or something, they usually have a babysitting service. So they're at this resort. Could they not get a babysitter? They said they didn't feel they need it. It was available, Linda? Okay. All right. And apparently, I guess they had other friends that were doing the same thing with their kids. The resort provide. Okay. And then the other thing was, let's see, what did I have here? So they're running to the room. Then when she gets to the room, she notices a window open in the kids' room because it slammed the door shut, she says, right? Slammed the door shut. And then she opens the door and Madeline's bed is empty. So then she leaves. Now, right away, I don't know, me as a mother, if I left the door open and my 4-year-old is gone, I'm thinking my first thought as a mother, and I know this because I live on a lake, so I can have this feeling because my third child once walked out while I was getting my daughter something upstairs. I came down, first thing I'm thinking is he's gone, he's in the lake, and I had to go down and check the lake immediately. Okay, so here's someone, you go in a room and your 4-year-old's gone and there's pools all over the place. Why would my first thought wouldn't be that she was abducted. My first thought was going to be that she got up and she came out to look for us, and where could she be, right? Because they left the door open. But she said she was abducted. And then she thinks she's abducted, but she leaves the twins there. She leaves the twins in the room where she feels her daughter was just abducted from, right? Wouldn't you take your twins? Oh my gosh, the twins are here, right? But she didn't take the twins. And apparently she ran down to the restaurant and said something like, Madeline's gone, Madeline's gone. So somebody took her, so Madeline's, and I'm thinking to myself, where are your twins? And then the other weird thing is, then they're showing, and I don't know, this is the documentary that I'm watching. Under, overhead to what? Right. So then I'm looking, and they say they went to bed at like 4 a.m, and they got up as soon as the sun came up to look for her. They show you, again, this is a documentary, so it's not the real people this time. They do put the real people in at some points, but there's no kids. I'm thinking, like, where's the twins? Who's watching the twins? They never even say anything about the twins, but I would be very overprotective. If I thought somebody took my child, they would be with me at all times. But anyway, so they're looking, and they can't find her anywhere, obviously. And then they show the real press conference. And the father, his eyes don't even look like, they're like, oh, didn't they look really distraught? The father didn't look distraught to me. The father, he came out with a little thing and he's reading off of it. I looked at his eyes. His eyes didn't look like he was crying. His eyes didn't even look tired. Okay? His eyes looked fine. And then I watched her. I didn't see any tears. I saw that she had her eyes closed and it almost like she was trying to look like she was crying. And she was doing, but I didn't see real tears. I think Susan Smith, who drowned her children, looked more distraught. And then I'm thinking, if it was like my mother, who didn't say this, but I thought said this, that they gave her Benadryl or some other medications just to keep them asleep while they were at the restaurant, wouldn't you still be distraught? You would be so terribly distraught if you did that and your child died, and then you were just trying to cover it up so you could raise your twins because it was an accident, right? So let's say they did something like that, but wouldn't they still be beside themselves that their daughter's gone because they, gave her the wrong dosage or whatever, and she didn't wake up? You would see they would still be distraught, right? But I didn't see that in the father. Shout you out, Delilah? Hello, Delilah. The resort, was it a pedophile? See, I haven't, that's what I said. They're bad actors, JMM. Okay, because I'm telling you, I didn't really follow this case at all. So you never heard the Benadryl theory? No, that was my mother's theory that I just found out is not my mother's theory because my mother died 2 years before this happened. This is, if you missed that, I told you guys the other night that was my mother's theory, and I don't know where I heard it from because I heard it from my mother. It's very strange. And I can even tell you other things my mother said. My mother said it was an accident. She's like, I think it was a terrible accident. And they had to cover up because they wanted to be there for the twins. And so they did what they could. That was what I thought was my mother's theory, but obviously it wasn't. So, but do you think that the parents would sell her into something like that, who wanted her so bad and had IVF to conceive her and everything? I'm very confused. Is the one conclusion the Portuguese police? Okay. Hi, Mommy. Did you see the Facebook Hyatt guy who did the analysis on them? You're saying he was very interesting. Watch that. No, I didn't see that, Tracy. Like I said, all I watched was the first episode so far of the documentary. They refused. Yes, I was going to say that, Mandy. And then I've got my notes here. So I take notes when I'm watching stuff. Okay, so then let's see. Then that woman that saw someone carrying a child in pajamas, that was Jane Tanner. She said she was going to check on the children, her children, I think, and she saw someone walking down that was carrying a child in pajamas. And then supposedly some man the next day said he saw somebody carrying a child in pajamas. Right? And let's see what else. And then some guy got on there and saying they were having all the drugs and the gangs because it's very close to Morocco. Right. And that there's a lot of manufacturing in Morocco. And so the drugs are moving. So it's not it's supposed to be this great family area and a very nice area, but there's, stuff. You're freaking. Why are you freaking, my unit? Okay. So then they take them down and they give them separate statements at the police headquarters or wherever. And they said that the mother refused to answer 48 questions. She refused to answer 48 questions. Yes, it's on Netflix, Valerie. Alexandra, what is the name of that documentary? What's the name of that Madeline McCann documentary? Searching for Madeline McCann, she thinks it is called. It's a number of episodes. How many episodes? I don't know. It's a few episodes. They're an hour long. Okay. Then let me see here. Then they moved it. Oh, then they said they were really upset because the crime scene was so compromised, right? Because someone had been all over it and it was messy, and I don't know. They had people running in and out, so they said the crime scene was compromised. And let's see what else I got on that. The police screwed up the case. They didn't do the roadblock until 2 days later. Okay. And then let's see. She didn't answer 48 questions. They asked her if she knew she was jeopardizing the investigation, and that they want to help her discover what happened to their daughter. And she said, if that's what the investigation thinks. And they said, is this your first time to Portugal? And she said, yes, and my last, or something. I don't know. And they said, and that would set the tone for everything. And the disappearance of, okay, Madeline McCann. Oh, is it my daughter's like half in another world over there. I don't know what she's doing.
Why are you saying half in another world?
Because you gave me the wrong name. Well, no, it doesn't really, because they like the real name. Okay, so all I know is there were two men who got to it, small, almost secluded resort the day before the Maddie thing, and they flew out the next morning, and we know of associates of a famous pedophile. Yeah, I'll have to watch the other episodes, but that's what I have on that. That was the first one that brings you there, and then the second one starts with they have a suspect. The McClans are so unlikable, Julie. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they tried so hard to have that child, and she was only was she just 4 years old? even if they gave her something and they'd still be heartbroken. But why would they do anything else, like selling her into some kind of ring? I don't know. Sounds almost like the Ramsey case. Yeah. Hi. Something weird. Very weird. Those two cases, right? And there's no solution on them, and very weird cases. Portuguese police said they were acting weird. She threw herself on the floor pleading. I don't know. It was very weird. The twins she has, they are a boy and a girl that she has. You didn't finish watching it, T. Harrison? No, I've only watched the first episode. That's the only one I talked about. Something fishy about the whole thing. Yeah. You agree with my mom's opinion? Yes, my mother was. You should have seen her. My mother took notes during the OJ trial like you couldn't even believe. Yes. Probably where I got it from. But I swear to you, I've been telling everybody, yeah, my mother was much more into that Madeline McCann than I ever was. But wasn't. Twins, a boy and a girl. Okay. And they probably were IVF too, right? That's probably why she had twins. That might be why they wanted her so badly. I don't know. That's pretty bad, Cinnamon, if that's. And what's going on with them now? Does anybody know where they are now? Are the parents still married? I have to hear what my sister says. Yeah, Kathy. Frankie Bogart's channel. Okay, I'll check it out, Crazy Cat Lady. They always spoke oddly about how beautiful she was. Really? That's weird, Lauren. Why would they mention that? Who leaves kids alone? Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't have gotten a babysitter or even had a nanny. You would expect them still together and living in the same home. Wow, okay. A lot of times when that happens, they start, especially something like that, they can start blaming each other, and that doesn't go too well. Hi, RN. If she was still alive, they can identify. And now they said that somebody, and I'm sure it's a joke, who looks like Madeline McCann went on Twitter and said she thinks she's Madeline McCann. Did you guys see that craziness? Hi, Natural Wonder. And I'm sure that was just craziness, but you saw it. It was creepy. Who leaves all those children in a room and all the adults leave them? Yeah, but they weren't all in the same room, but it was a bunch of people, I guess, that all did the same thing. If you look, the hotel is not, I mean, their room didn't look like it was that far from the restaurant, but I don't know, why would they leave the door open? I don't get that, why they would leave the door open. That doesn't make sense to me. I don't get that. So it was debunked that, yeah, I know it was, but it was just weird. Thank you, Jessica. All right. So what was I going to, now that I had the other thing to talk about. So we got through Madeline McCann. Oh, I was your questions, right? Okay. There's two, North Carolina still has, I'm surprised they can't find that guy. I mean, when's the last time does anybody know the last time they saw him? And they had Chris under surveillance. I'm surprised they didn't have him under surveillance. What mother says, she does say that? Really, Annie? That's very odd. That's very odd. You've been following the case for years? They were not at the bar hotel that whole night? The room was not closed. It was actually an 8-minute walk. Okay, Lisa, did you see the documentary? The documentary makes it look like they go like this. It's like sitting in your backyard garden. That's what they said. They said it was like just, going out to your backyard garden while your kids are asleep in the house. That's what they said. That was on the documentary. And then they showed you it. They made it look like it was just literally that the restaurant was like across from the room with like maybe a pool and stuff in between, that it didn't look that bad. But I remember in real life, I thought it was quite a distance. So I'm surprised why. Yeah, that's what I thought, Christina, when I heard about the case before. But tonight I was like, wow, is that all it is? Like sitting in your backyard garden? Okay. They said Foxes said they said about 60 yards. Okay. All right. The door is not locked. But in this documentary, they had the door not even locked. They had it open. It was unlocked and it was open, like a crack. I don't know. I've got to see if was that the truth too? Mommy episode 2 says that was a lie. It wasn't that post that you could see it. Episode 2 says that was a lie. I don't know what you mean by that, my unit. I hate crime documentaries that always sensationalize things to skew it their way. Jigsaw. Yeah, but I think this one, that the parents didn't want to be in this, so you would almost think it's biased, that they did do it, being that they didn't want to be. I don't know. The documentary I saw on YouTube, I watched it last year. Margot, I think this is brand new. I think somebody said this just dropped, so they might have had one, but I think this one is new. I thought so. Everybody's been talking about it. You have to see it. You have to see it. That's why I checked it out. Any thoughts on? My daughter watched Leaving Neverland. They spoke. That's weird, Linda. They did that in her book. I can't. Why would a parent do that? I don't get that. We have to remember who owns Netflix. Okay. They said it was open so they wouldn't wake the kids. Oh, checking on them? Yeah, great. Mommy, look up the police sketch of Madeline's suspect. He looks just like John Podesta. Okay, the parents are ice cold. Poor Maddie. And how old were the twins? Were they around? How old were they? Around 2? I think I'll skip Leaving Neverland. Yeah, I don't know if I want to watch that. I don't know. Would you leave toddlers alone? They might hear your voice across the pool area. Right. And Arrow, but like I said, that's the first thing I would think. I wouldn't think somebody abducted them. I would think she walked out and, oh my gosh, is she in the pool? That's where my head would go. Not somebody abducted her. Where could she be? Finally overpowered your allergies. Okay, MH. You have boy-girl twins. In no way would you have left them in a hotel room. They would have been beating down the walls, right? And actually, let me see here. She did a video on it. Oh, do you know that? No, I didn't know that, Sarah. He's insane. She is. Okay. Leaving Neverland is extremely disturbing. My daughter said, Alexandra, you said it's disturbing, Leaving Neverland, right?
What?
Leaving Neverland.
Yeah, Leaving Neverland.
Very disturbing?
Extremely.
She says extremely disturbing, and she watches a lot of disturbing stuff. So if she says that, I would trust her. Okay. Would you recommend it?
Recommend it. Like, if you definitely don't want to listen to Michael Jackson's music the same way ever again,
She said, if you don't ever want to listen to Michael Jackson's music the same way ever again and have nightmares, go for it. It's horrible. Somebody asked about the Leaving Neverland documentary on Michael Jackson. No more Michael Jackson, no more R. Kelly. R. Kelly. I tried to watch that. Who watched that stuff? I tried to watch that stuff. My daughter was watching it the last time. Michael Jackson's worse than R. Kelly? We're on live, Ellie. You know that, right? Okay. You watched. Did you, that R. Kelly, you think it was worse than R. Kelly?
I mean, I can watch the rest of our Kelly.
What you saw?
Yeah, no. 2 episodes worth enough on that one.
She's beautiful boxing. She's been in her pajamas all day.
But these aren't pajamas.
Oh, they're not. I'm
These are
sorry.
yoga pants.
They're yoga pants. I'm sorry. Okay. I don't know. I mean, R. Kelly, it was very hard to watch. I didn't like the way they made the documentary. My son was watching it too. My oldest son, not the little ones, my oldest. And he didn't like the documentary either for R. Kelly. You love her hair? He didn't like it because they didn't give you dates. Like I kept saying, how old is he? How old is he? No dates. No dates. Say hello, Alexander. But yeah, I don't know. But don't watch Neverland?
No, don't watch Neverland unless you never want to watch. Unless you never want to listen to Michael Jackson's music again, and never think of him the same way again. Yeah, it's awful.
Leaving Neverland, HBO?
Yeah.
HBO. Yeah. She looks just like who? Me? Thanks. So, anyway, yeah. MJ actually said that sharing your bed. I saw that stuff, Foxes. I saw that stuff. Those interviews with Michael Jackson. I saw all that. Is it worse? It's worse than that, Ellie?
Yeah, totally.
When he said
worse.
it's
I mean,
like
it goes
sharing your
into
bed and having
graphic,
cookies.
Sexual,
Oh.
I mean, Michael Jackson, they even play voicemails that Michael Jackson left on the parents' answering machines.
Really? So it's real?
Yeah, it's real. Yeah, and it was awful and was disgusting. And and honestly, to tell you the truth, I'm going to be 32 years old in May, and Michael Jackson was around that age, and when he did those horrible things, and it just makes me think, me as a 32-year-old person, I have no business going around with somebody else's child in that. It's just he tried to say, oh, let them stay in my hotel room, let them stay in my bed. And nobody ever thought that this is kind of weird. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know they had his recordings. She's a mini rambler. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I'm not in any rush to watch it. I don't know if I will. She is 30. No, she's not 32 yet. She keeps rushing herself. She'll be there in a few months. Rambling tag team. So it makes me climb it made you climb the couch. It was so graphic.
I had nightmares.
She had nightmares. Okay. She's her mother's daughter. Okay. She's going to be a YouTube sensation. She started it. She used to do a knitting podcast and she gave up on it pretty soon.
It's too much work.
Too much work. She looks 21. Yeah. She looks 16. She looks very young.
Yeah. Do you want to tell them the menu story?
When she was 21, I brought her into a restaurant and they said, does she want a kiddie menu? And I said, she's 21. I'm taking her out from, I went for visit her at college and brought her somewhere, right? I'm like, she's in college. And they're like, oh my gosh, she looks so little. Yeah. So, but that was, is she the daughter that remembers? Yeah, this is my only daughter. You remember grandma talking about Madeline McCann, right?
Yeah, I totally do. It's like a Mandela effect.
Yeah, very crazy. Sergio says you look 23.
Thank you, Sergio.
Yeah. Your youngest gets that too. He looks 15 and he's 20. Yeah, Tracy. Is she the middle child? She's the oldest. The oldest child. Come on, Christine. I'm not that old. The middle child. You were like that at 30, Safi? Look 14, yeah. Tell your daughter to watch the Martin Bashir.
Oh, I introduced her to that.
You introduced me to that?
Yeah. Don't you remember? I was like, this thing is super weird about Michael Jackson, and then we watched it together.
Oh. Yeah, I watched that. Your oldest is 30, Mr. Yeshua? Boy, girl, what do you have? You have your daughter's 25, looks like 12, yeah. Personality. My son is going to be 30 on when is it? Tuesday. That's who I'm making the ice cream cake for. She probably gets carded a lot. You get carded a lot? Yes. Okay.
Oh yeah, I made it. It's the Campside Shawl by Alicia Plummer on Ravelry.
Okay. Good night. Good night, Carol. So she's very good. Oh, knitting? Who is very good? I'm 34. You have 2 boys, 13 and 10. My oldest is going to be 40 this summer. Can I still be 29? Sure, Katie. Thank you, Linda. Beautiful daughter, she said. Okay. You love the shawl, Zoanne? You knit, Zoanne? She has some videos up on YouTube with her knitting, but very few. She gave up on that very quickly.
It's too much.
Too much. When is she getting married? Are there any matches out there?
Oh,
Okay. Mr. McCynthia says, are we talking about Michael Jackson? We were talking Primal Fear. You need to see it. It reminds you of CW. Primal Fear. What is that, Mr. McCynthia? Hi, mommy's daughter. You look like twins. And Jay Green says, seriously, you have a 40? No, she's not 40. My daughter's not 40. No, please don't make me that old. No, I am not that old. No, not yet. Not yet. She's 31. She is 31.
Then 2027. I'll be 40 then.
Yeah.
Student loans will be forgiven. It's gonna be great.
She made the beautiful wrap. It's a shawl, right? Oh, yeah. It's a shawl. Okay. I'll show you.
It's baby alpaca.
Baby alpaca.
My mom and I go to the New York Sheep and Wool Festival every year, so I got the yarn from there.
She made that beautiful. Yes, she did. She made the other one I posted in there. And what were you knitting today?
I'm trying to untangle a ball of yarn because I thought that hand winding would be really I don't know, peaceful, I guess. And then I ended up messing it up. So now I just have this yarn monster that I'm trying to deconstruct.
Oh, okay. Please teach them. She should. Yeah, we have to. Designer. They want to know the designer of the
Alicia Plummer.
Alicia Plummer.
And it's the Campside Shawl on Ravelry.
Campside Shawl on Ravelry. And okay, so your daughter is a smart cookie. To be right there on top. Yeah. Well, she's some of the stuff. She barely knew anything about Chris Watts. So, but your daughter's 34. Yeah. Jules told us to watch Primal Fear. Okay, but what is Primal Fear? What is Primal Fear? It's something on YouTube, or is it? What is she drinking? What are you drinking?
Just tea.
Just tea. I bet she knows a lot about him now. A little bit, Meredith, but she really doesn't know that much about him. You love shawls. Unfortunately, you're in Louisiana. Primal Fear is a creepy movie, and it's supposed to be like Chris Watts. 3 daughters for you, 15, 13, and 10, Mike. Wow. Great movie with Ed Norton and Richard Gere. Okay, I'll have to look it up. Must be an old one, right then? Okay. You love her mug. Well, it's actually mine, but she's just visiting. Primal Fear is an older... Okay. Tension tea. He said, hi, 69 said you're having tension tea. With me, is that for me? Hi? Yes, very nice. Hi, still digging a hole for us to time how quickly Chris Watts did it, but he's taking his sweet time. Thank you. You love my makeup? Thank you. He's a cop in that movie. I might have seen that. It's sounding familiar now. I don't know. Crazy, got up. I would never want to be. I don't know. Primal Fear on Netflix. I'll check it out, Juliet, but I think I've seen it. My makeup's so nice. Thank you. That's why you love watching. None of your friends follow that case. Okay. I meant to ask you, you remember I told you the other day, I bet you people, the guy that owns the company that's siding my house, he sided it originally when we built it, years before. He came up the other day And we started talking about something, and I asked him, I said, you know the Chris Watts case? Hmm. And Jimmy goes to him, you know, the guy that killed his wife? I said, put the girls in oil tanks? Not ringing any bells for me. So there are still a lot of people that have absolutely no idea. None. Zero. He didn't know anything about it. How old are all my kids? She's the oldest, 31. Then the boy's 29. He'll be 30 on Tuesday. 26 just turned. That's the other ice cream cake. And then little guys. 11 and 10 are the little ones. Did you start a chart tally marks? Oh, yeah. Cinnamon Hot Hot was supposed to start the chart. How'd you come along with that, Cinnamon? Hi, Delilah. I haven't found anyone. You haven't found anybody, so you have no marks on that chart, Cinnamon Hot Hot? Okay. It's crazy. I'm in Denver, and some people, I had her when I was 19. Let's see. Somebody's asking how old I am. Hi, guys. Hi, you're late? It's okay, Stormy. I'm just going to call you Starly. Hi, y'all. I'm off topic, but please watch on Cascadia Fault Line. It's going underground. Okay. All right. Keeping up on its development. Okay. You can let us know there, Mr. Yeshiva. If it weren't for my hubby, I'd have no clue about, what about not only Curtis? I have no idea what this is. Hi. Yeah, he's high 69, needs to get his homework done. Okay, you're still Watts case here in Australia. Yeah, they don't have it. We're all the same. We're all the same age, Fox's Purple Lolly. We're all 29? Wow. A lot of 29-year-olds in here. That's why all the 29-year-olds gravitate to this chat. Your oldest is 37. You were 18 when he was born. He started looking older than his age at about 15. That was weird. Yeah, I don't know. I know my third son Michael looks younger than 26, right? Don't you think so?
I mean, Michael looks like Michael.
Okay, but Ray looks younger than 30.
I mean, they don't have any wrinkles. So.
Wrinkles. Who's going to have wrinkles at 30?
There's people who have wrinkles.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I don't think my boys look my other son, I don't think he looks 30 years old either. Well, he's not 30 yet, but you had your first at 18. He's 38. You'll take 29. Yeah. 29-ish. That should be the new thing. 29-ish should be another tag for the channel, right? 29-ish. You'll be 29 in October, Starlight? I have 5 kids, yes. Cinnamon Hot Hot. Limeade must keep the folks from aging. $29-ish, right? Where everyone's about 29-ish. My niece, who's 49, says add 20 years and people will say 69. You look fabulous. Mommy, I'm 68. Daughter's 44 and 3 grown. Wow, Black, that's great. You're 60, but you feel 29 sometimes? I feel like 14 sometimes. When you guys were telling me to jump on the couch to dislodge the stuff I really felt like I was about 12. Carolina, that's close enough to 29. Fight Club is one of your favorites. If it weren't for me and my hubby, wouldn't know about Chris Watts or even Casey Anthony, Lacey Peterson. Oh, your husband wouldn't. Right. Neither would mine, Shanti. And then he was acting all like he knew about it so much when he's telling the guy. You still feel like you're 14, Starlight? You have you're 29 with 27 years experience? Okay. Oh, is it Layla's birthday? 75? Happy birthday, Layla. You'll be the big 50 in June. 2 daughters, 25 and 14. My birthday's in June too. Toto, yours are 35, 33, and 31. 7 grandbabies. You won't get away with 29 anymore? Well, you don't know.
I'm really like, I don't know, like when it comes to reading, I kind of like to read history, like, yeah, or just like, I don't know, it's like my taste in books can be, I don't know, I'm in transportation, so I read a lot about urban planning.
$47 with one son, 27. Okay. Murders history. Is that her? That's her T. No, that's the youngest, not the youngest one. The number 4 pouring limeade. I look like an 18-year-old with a really tough life, a gypsy. Oh my gosh. You guys, 2 sons, 30 and 20.
Just a transportation planner.
That sounds like you plan transportation.
I do.
No, but it sounds like you plan transportation.
But I really do.
But no, it sounds like you plan transport like for events.
No, it's
I thought you were bridges and tunnels analyst.
Mom, yeah, but that's transportation.
I know, but you said you're a transportation planner.
Yeah, that's what I do.
But I thought your title was bridges and tunnel analyst.
Mom, yeah, but the thing is, I'm in transportation planning.
Okay. I'm out of the loop. You're 65. You look rode hard and put up wet. Oh my gosh. You're 52 with an 8-year-old boy, 16-year-old girl, 23, 25, 33, and 3 grandkids. Wow. No babies for you. Your ex wasted your 20s trying to get you pregnant and never told me he had a vasectomy. Oh my gosh, Jules Marie. That's crazy. He knew all the time and he never told you? Bridges and tunnels analyst. That's a great job. A lot of hidden totals? Somebody said? I don't know. Can't remember the name of the movie, but did anyone see that? Which movie? I missed that, Carolina. Here in Ireland, getting rest now. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you in Ireland, Toto. I work for United Airlines. I've been extremely obsessed with Kanika's case. That's the one in the freezer, right? That's another one. Was she just drunk that night and stumbled into a chest freezer and then died there? I have to look up on more of that. It says, if you pinch me, I pinch you back. You're 29 too, but you have sons 33 and 23, Lily? Okay. Oh, for the lupus, Margot, sorry, just pets? You're a fur mom, right? You were 10 years older than you, now you're 35, hoping you still have eggs? Oh, you're only 35, Jules? Yeah, you can do it. I had 2 kids past that age. My mother had me at almost 44. You've got time. What about Elisa? I am the name off. You had your daughter at 36, Kevin? Yeah. Okay. You had one at 36 at Aquaria. Yeah. The woman that was just here that said she had an 8-year-old at 52, she could tell you, she had one. You had your first at 40 and your second at 42. Wow. My favorite kid is my 5-year-old husky, Kate Charman. Don't ever see mother-daughter shows. How much? Okay, Jared. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Patty Boyd is very special. Happy birthday, Patty. Please go back to my question about CW and NK. D-finite, you're going to have to type it up there again. Tons of moms in their 40s. Yeah, it's weird how that stuff goes. I was a mom at all different ages. My mother was too. Any age you tell me, I've had kids at 19, in my 20s, in my 30s, and in my 40s. You had your last boy at 30? You need to be very careful. Oh, Mr. Yeshua, You can't live life like that. She's okay. She's okay. You're talking to somebody that's just the opposite. It's not scared of anything.
I live in Brooklyn, so have fun.
Now they're gonna flip out that you said you live in Brooklyn.
Hey, I mean, if anybody wants to mess with NYPD, be my guest.
51 no kids. You're really 20. So you're really 20, Dylan? Okay. See, you didn't have. You had twins at 33. Is that all? Is that it for you? Twins, and then it was done. Hit the like button. You were born in Brooklyn in the Jewish hospital, Julie. Oh, look, somebody's in Park Slope. You used to live in Park Slope.
I was just there the other day.
Brooklyn's the new Manhattan. She works in Manhattan. Oh, shh, don't say anything.
Actually, I wouldn't even say like you don't like the MU. They would have to worry about the NYPD. They would probably have to worry about the people on my block first.
People on the block. Passaic, New Jersey. Do you know why Kingston from Brooklyn? Do you know New Kingston? No. Too bad you're from LA. You have boys in Manhattan, Stephanie? Eligible? Your mom and dad are from Coney Island? No sleep till Brooklyn? 22-year-old daughter and 13-year-old son with the same birthday? Good, Pringle. Manhattan here, if anyone gives you trouble. Margot's in Manhattan.
There we go. See, they would be fools to mess around with somebody in New York City.
My best friend lives in Brooklyn, Jules Marie. Jules Marie, that was the one whose boyfriend was a jerk? Yeah. What got me interested, Jenna? I've always been interested in true crime. And then I posted one video about Chris Watts and it got a tremendous amount of people. And then I was like, wow, I have all these people to talk to. And that's how it started. Your sister's 47 with an almost 2-year-old. Wow. Yeah, I'm trying to marry her off. Thanks, Annalise. My kids said they're never having children, no grandbabies for you. Oh, hopefully not. They're just teasing you. Ever been to California? I haven't, but she has. She's the one that I told you lost the debit card and called the company when she landed in San Francisco before she even looked through her purse fully and then found it.
Happens.
Only have one cousin left in Brooklyn. Uncle in Queens is a police detective. Good to know, Jigsaw. When is the next? Oh, the book chapter. It's a very long chapter. I'm halfway through it. It's about the length of Cindy, probably 6 chapters. That's what it feels like. I keep reading and then I keep looking if I'm almost done and I'm not anywhere near
your
done.
Answer, MB. Yeah, I know. See, you have to get that reinforced with her. Like you just got to find the right person. Like.
My son says he's never having kids. He has a lovely fiance for 3 years. He says kids are annoying. Mommy, what do you produce? So yeah, I'm still reading it. As soon as I get it done, I'm going to try to get it done. But with everybody, it's taking long. What are we going to do? A discussion on the book, Jessica? I'm thinking as soon as I get this long chapter recorded, which should be no later than Tuesday, then I think we should have a discussion on the first, the first few chapters are very short. So I'd say at least up to the one I'm reading now. Everybody on board with that? That's got the book? Your 30-year-old son says, I will marry at 35 once already have all the toys I want. Annie, okay. Do I feel like I have a backseat driver? Oh, you've got an Audible. Okay. So what do I predict will happen with NK? I don't know. I mean, we'll see if she's looking to. I have a beauty routine to avoid wrinkles. No, I'm very lucky. My mother didn't have wrinkles. My grandfather lived to 101 and a half, and he didn't have wrinkles. I guess genetically, I've been blessed, but I don't. I've never smoked. I've never had even a puff of a cigarette. I don't drink because I told you I'd be crazy enough if I drank anything. So, and I live in the mountains like Heidi. So maybe. And now I just use what is that oil that we just got?
Yeah,
I forget what oil that is. But I really, I wish I could say what.
No, there was a question if I went to Heighton Asbury, and I did. But I was only there for a short time.
Oh, about your lavender shirt. Didn't Shanann have? Yeah, it was shine like Shanann. Well, is the hashtag, and she always talked about shining. So which, you have beautiful skin. You look like you don't even have pores. That reminds me of that lady. Remember the one I told you, she was holding the phone so close, and that guy that was Chris Watts on there, and he said, I don't think you have the camera close enough. I can't see every pore. That made me crack up.
For Franklin Ave, I mean, it kind of depends like which part you're on. Certain neighborhoods, are better than others. But I mean, here's my thing about like New York City. It's just like things can happen anywhere. I guess it just really kind of I really think it just kind of depends like which area you're in.
Yeah, Pencilla, they had me put it on slow chat, so it's going to slow you down. Yes, you have to wait because otherwise the chat was moving too fast. No smoking, drinking makes a difference for sure. Thanks, Georgina. Okay, so yeah, Jessica, I will. Yes, don't let anyone dull your shine. Right, mommy. You're like the boy in The Sixth Sense. Universe is telling you something about how to solve cases. I don't know, Julie. Today I asked her, wasn't I freaked out about the Madeline McCann case?
Yeah.
I really was on my way to the hospital. Hopefully he's not in a bad hood. Oh, Jules Marie says, hopefully he's not in a bad hood. She worries about everyone.
Yeah, it's all right. Like,
it's all right. One time she was walking home. I swear to you, she has me on the phone, right? And then she's like, don't you touch me! Don't you? What is wrong with you? I said, what's going on? She goes, some lady. I don't know. What'd you say she would?
She was this kind. She
thought
was disturbed. So.
She thought she was, mentally disturbed or something, and she grabbed you.
Yeah, she grabbed me. So yeah. No.
But she just played it off. Like I'm like, what? And
I've lived in DC. I've lived in Newark. I lived in Newark for like 5 years. So again, if anybody wants to mess, yeah, not happening. Yeah, goodness. But yeah, you just get street smart.
There was a stabbing and pedophiles everywhere in Manhattan, Margot.
Yeah, they're kind of everywhere.
What, the pedophiles?
Yeah.
Did you catch CW? Said he drove out to the site, was 45 minutes. I did, Dale, but my theory is I don't believe that. Like in the suburbs of Colorado, you're right, anywhere can be dangerous. Yeah. We're New Yorkers. We can handle ourselves, says T. Harrison. Denise. Yeah, a lot of people get nervous, but what are you going to do? Somebody said to me in a video, oh my gosh, you shouldn't have made the video about the stalker while you were sitting in your car at the store. And I'm like, why? Why am I going to do that to my pepper spray and a kick between the legs? I bought her pepper spray. She freaked out on me. She said she would have more trouble with the pepper spray.
It's kind of true.
Yeah.
If you're not
your husband made you take pepper spray when jogging. I worry enough about grown boys. I can't imagine if I had a daughter. Well, she's rode with the police and everything. She's the fire warden of her building. So she likes activity. What happened with that guy? Margot, they had a subpoena YouTube for IP addresses. The FBI has it in their hands, so I'm letting them handle it. I just send off anything that's strange. I have an address that I email, and I just do that whenever there's strange stuff happening. Hi, Carolyn and Allie. Jenna says, I ended up spraying my husband. Oh my gosh, Dee. Really? Yikes. Tony follows. Okay. What is the date for the next Frazee hearing? It's April, what is it? The 5th? The 5th or the 6th, I think it is. Coming up, but not up too far. A lot more dangerous cities around. No more calls. Okay, no more calls. Oh, thankfully, no. No. Thankfully, no. Let me get some of your questions here now. Let's see.
All right, I'm gonna go watch.
Okay.
So it was nice chatting. See y'all later.
All right, I'll get your questions. Sorry. Okay. Oh boy. I don't know if you guys slept. I really hope I have something other than what it is it? Is Chris on Suicide Watch and is somebody? Okay, let's see. Oh, did you guys see it that I put you can't change that? I'm trying to have Jimmy work on some lyrics that he can get to go along with that song. All right, let's see here. All right, if you have a question, just put it in the here if I missed your question because I can't scroll up and find it. Okay, Lisa in the cold says, why do you think he would rather say the kids were still alive till the oil tanks as opposed to killing them at the house? I believe he killed them at the house like you do and most others. So why would he say this new version? So why would he think this new version is less evil? Sounds more evil to me. And now his parents say that her parents say they would have wanted the death penalty for him knowing the girls were still alive. I just don't buy most of what he said. Love you, MRB. I just think that he wanted to take NK out of the picture. And apparently he thinks that nobody would ever think she was at the oil field or anything else if he takes the girls out of the house. That's what I think. I keep the braid wasp spray. Okay. So I think that, and I don't think he doesn't think much. So he probably didn't think about all the implications, how he would look more evil in the prison, how he would look more evil on Dr. Phil, how the other prisoners would think of that. Right. Yeah, I just don't think anything like that. Yeah. So I don't think he was thinking that. And why is he still those girls were dead before he got home. I'm really thinking when I hear that light switch thing and point of no return, it definitely premeditated. And I'm really thinking those girls were killed before Shanann was. And that's why he couldn't go back. That's why he knew when he kept saying, did I know I had to do this? I think what he's trying to say, hi, Mona, is that he knew he had to do this. There was no return. And then he says it. So I don't know. You love me so much. Thank you, Zawar. But he wants us to believe it wasn't premeditated. Yeah, obvious. Like he didn't know what he was doing. I don't know what to do with the girls, right? I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. Monday morning quarterback. Yeah, it's I don't know, not good. All right, let's see what else. Okay. Okay. Joanne Dallas says, what is the status of first dog put into that house? It was shown first dog. Oh, you mean the cadaver dogs? Okay, I was lost on there. It's shown because the mainstream media was set up and the police officer dog handle. Is this the cadaver dog, the bomb dog, the stress center dog? Exactly what is the dog trained to? Okay. The coon hound barking, the noise. If I knew he, okay. So let's see what she said. I would know better what the heck to think about it. Barking at the living room under the Bella's bed. I think that was Cece's bed where the book is found. Basement mattress, basement under the stairs. I mean, come on. Tell me about the dog and its nose. Okay. Well, we went into this in another video. And I thought I saw the dog go under the bed. He barked or something for a minute. There was a book under the bed. Wasn't that Cece's bed? Does anybody remember that Cece's bed? What's happening, Mr. McCynthia? Out of control mods. They're not out of control. What's happening? They're fine. I'm sure the mods are good. So what's going on with it was Bella's bed? Okay. I don't remember. I can't remember. It was one of the kids' beds, but then they didn't make a big deal about it, right? They barked at the book and then nothing, right? They didn't, I don't even think they put it down in the report. I don't know. Jimmy, can you shut that door over there? Because the kids left it open. And then I know they went, let's see, under the stairs. And then somebody said they hid on the porch. I hear so many different things, but I think in the thing, it's just, whatchamacallit, under the stairs. And then around the bed downstairs, right? I think that's what it was. And I'm trying to think. Is that all it was? So I don't know. Anybody else know that was offhand? I can't remember offhand. Let's see. You're in trouble. My husband came. What happened? Your husband came down and said, Carolyn again. Oh no, Ida. Okay, so who knows about the woman dog handler was not good. Okay, the dogs confused you. I just heard their barking when he was doing that interview, and I was like, oh my gosh, and he wasn't rattled at all by it. I would be very, very rattled if I heard all that barking inside. I would be rattled if I was talking to somebody outside and my dogs were barking like that inside anyway. I'd have to he just went on talking. Your husband's out cold on his recliner. What would the dog bark for a book? I don't know, Susan. A lot of people thought about that, but then it wasn't even written about in the report. You didn't think the older lady was very good. Then there was an older guy. And then all I know about is Cece had an empty stomach. Bella ate cold pizza with her grandma. Where was Cece? The first dog was the trauma dog, left a lot to be desired. The dogs picked up the scent of, yes, the bugs, that was the other thing people said. When those dogs came, Chris was just, he wasn't an official, okay, they didn't tell him suspect, right? He was just, they suspected him, but they didn't let him know that. So they couldn't, that's the thing. They couldn't just open the door and throw the dogs in his truck. He had to approve everything, and they didn't even ask him. That's the thing. If you read the report, she says the dog kind of got a scent around the outside of the truck, but they never opened the truck and let him go in. Yes, you can ask a question, Mona. So the older lady was freaked out by the child. Yeah, and I wasn't even able to hear that well, but somebody said it sounds like a fingerling's toy. You think the grave was dug on Friday? Yeah, Mike, I think it was dug before too, maybe even Sunday night earlier or Saturday night when they were supposedly at the Lazy Dog and all of that stuff. What time does my family? We're night owls, and my daughter's visiting this weekend, and my kids are off from school for 5 days, so they didn't roll out of bed. I don't even want to tell you what time they rolled out of bed today. Okay, my kids have never been morning people. They're morning people because they have to go to school, but after that, they're not morning people. Even as babies, I never had babies that woke up at 6. When they'd be 6, my kids would be like 10, 11. I'm serious, as babies. These kids didn't roll out to, I'll tell you. Yours too, Mike? Yeah. Forget it. In the summer, when they have to go swim lessons or something, it's like, oh my gosh, why are you getting us up so early? The giggle in the closet was a toy. You're with them, mommy. Yeah. Forget it. If I ever homeschooled, our homeschool would they'd probably start at like 3 in the afternoon and run through 9 at night. Crazy. Yeah, right, Tracy. I know. I thankfully I've never and I always had girlfriends that the kids were up like Shania's kid would be 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, how could your kids get up at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning? Oh my gosh. Homeschool didn't start until the afternoon, right? I just saw an actress. Oh, you know who it was? The one that plays on The Handmaid's Tale, and she was telling Jimmy Fallon, was it? I'm trying to think. No, I don't know which one she was, but she said she was her parents were musicians, and she's like, so my parents slept till like 1 in the afternoon because that's what musicians do. And she goes, so I didn't go to school. They homeschooled me. She goes, and it was strictly because they didn't want to get up in the morning to take me to school. And it was hysterical. And they're saying, like, seriously, right? And she's like, no, they didn't get up till 1 in the afternoon. And she's like, and then they were up until, way all night long. So, by the way, people like to leave you alone. What? Best way people to leave you is act like a total loony? You could have saved the girls. That means you're correct, thinking they were dead. Yeah, I just think there's so many things he said. Yeah, pulling teeth because I know when we're on vacation, we want to get my youngest is the worst to wake up. A train could come through and he'd still sleep. Takes about 15 minutes to get him up. She turned out well considering him. Okay, so let's get another question. Cadaver dogs, I have to go back in, but why didn't they ask about Jim? They did ask about Jim, but she said leave Jim out of this. And then they didn't ask about him anymore. Right? Your little grandson just fell asleep because he got scared of a Scooby-Doo movie. He's 5. Oh, wow. Okay, let's see. Trying to see which ones I did and which ones I didn't do. Let me sort these by time they were on there. So we'll just first. I knew this live was going to be a little bit of everything because I've got so many people here. So lots of interruptions. The other day I got yelled at by somebody because I took a phone call from my daughter. I can't wait to see the comments on this one. Okay. So Jigsaw Puzzler says they're trying to do away with the death penalty. One thing that was so perplexing to me was that the CW case, they don't ask family members about the death penalty. No one corralled all the victims' parents together and asked our family. They're trying to do away with it all over the country. The governor in California just put a suspension on the death penalty. None of the victims of the Golden State Killer wanted the death penalty. It's not their choice. I don't get it. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people that oppose it for religious reasons. There's a lot of people that think it's worse for them to have life in. I mean, it's hard. There's a lot of different views on that issue. But I don't know what to tell you there. Anybody else have any thoughts on that? Prison is worse than death. Yeah, see, a lot of people believe that. Not in Texas. You love you guys some death penalty. You do, right? They're in Texas. It's probably, yeah. Golden State is Yes, Rain Dancer. That's the book we're reading. I didn't know a lot about that. That book is very interesting. The way she writes it and the cases, I think it's a great book. It really is. If you want to, you're not too late to join the pod. Finally made it to a live chat. You're late, but you're here. That's okay, Lindsay. Great. We're glad to have you. Okay, anybody else have any thoughts on this question about the death penalty is so third world? Okay. He would have died in Texas? No, okay. All right. Two things Texans rely on: concrete, and the death penalty. Use a lot of concrete down there. Prison is way worse than death. Death ends their suffering, Dale says. So see, I mean, there's a lot of different thoughts, jigsaw puzzlers. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know there. Okay, so let's see. Noreen says, "Hi, Mommy Ramblings. Do you think Graham and Tammy, and somebody said we should just call them Grammy and take care of both of them, want NK and CW to start communicating, possibly to see if something incriminating comes out, and or a phone call was intercepted from NK that could have caused them to ask CW if he received anything from her? Seems odd." And that they're eager to facilitate. Well, it did. Who did? But I think it was it the other? Which one was the one that said, "Would you like to talk to her? Would you like us to tell her that?" Wasn't it Detective B? Dave? Wasn't it? My unit, Mommy. What is your timeline for in the morning? Do you think he had time to dig the hole? I think, I don't know. I think he would have been super duper stressed having to do, especially if you went the whole way and he had to do it. I'm starting to think the hole was dug before. Because of the way he answered it, this like he didn't know when he dug the hole, but he knew. Bam, yeah. So he asked that then maybe they are in contact with. I don't know, or maybe he feels he could reach her. Maybe he thought, well, let me reach her and see what if she's going to take the call or whatever. Maybe they wanted an excuse, to have another excuse to call her, whatever, something. Maybe. There are 2,500 people on death row. It seems like it's complicated debate. Yeah, I mean, look at Scott Peterson, with their appeals and everything, they could be there a really, really long time. And then, by then they might, there might be a moratorium on it. Lacey Peterson's family, Polly Claus. You want to hear from the victims? You want Gavin Newsom to meet? Yeah, sorry if I asked too many questions. No, Carolina, you're not. I just value your opinion. No, not. But it's best to just put them on the thread, and that way I can get them, because the chat, even on the slow mode, I miss stuff, and then I miss stuff. So let me see what else we have here. All right, so let's see. Brandy Brown says, "Have you seen Frankie Jr.'s YouTube channel yet? He popped into Armchairs Live today, and he didn't believe it was him, and he called him a troll. Hopefully he will pop onto your live today. I told him he would probably be better received in yours." I didn't see him, Brandy. I just hope that it's him, because I know there have been people impersonating him on Facebook, but I'm not sure. Okay, so let's see. Fatal Attraction, that is NK Jackie Yu says. Brandy Brown says, "Thank you for the wonderful videos. Love your point of view. I am stuck on the trash bags. Chris was evasive when they asked him about the trash bags in the last interview. In the Discovery 1579 to 1580, one of the trash bags had 8 unidentified prints on it. You read that in the Discovery, that the trash bag had 8 unidentified prints on it? I don't think I remember did anybody else read that? I don't think I read that. I'll have to look for that. Anybody else read that? Did anybody else read about prints on the trash bags? She says 1579 to 1580. Someone want to check that really quick? I don't remember reading that. She put all the, this is Brandy Brown. I don't know if she's in our chat tonight. She said that in the Discovery, one of the trash bags had 8 unidentified prints on it. She just says prints. Anybody hear that? I don't remember reading that either. We need a checker. We need to check her to check that. Okay. So let's see. Hard to believe he would have used them to cover her head if she was already wrapped in a sheet. Another question. In one of the interviews, when NK, they hand her a water bottle at the end of the interview and she hands it to them back, do you think they got her fingerprints? Or people say that they might have taken that to get her DNA or her fingerprints. I don't know. You know what I was just thinking? The first interview with Chris, right? The first interview when she was talking about what he wrapped Shanann in. Do you remember the first? I'm talking about back in August. Okay, when he was still claiming that she killed the kids, but that he took them all to the truck. Remember this, right? I'm thinking back to that. You remember what he said there? He said that he put them all in her bed. That's exactly why he gave her the water. Okay, he said he put everyone in Shanann's bed with her after they were all deceased. Do you remember this? And then he said he wrapped Shanann in the sheet. But did he ever say what he put the kids in? I don't think so. I don't think did he talk about wrapping the kids? Does anybody remember? I don't think so. He made a video saying, yes, this is my real channel. I'm really Frankie. Did it show his face? Okay, so what about, tell me, anybody remember that? Why didn't, if she had pushed him, and I don't think she had, because they said they had to leave shortly after that and he was arrested, right? So they didn't really, which is bad. They should have questioned him more on what the children were wrapped in. You thought he said they were wrapped in Cece's favorite blanket back in, I have to go listen again. That's what I want to do. I really want to take that August interview and just take that one part and put it in a video, just that one part, to study that one part. Frankie showed his face. Oh, okay. It's real. I believe you. I haven't seen it. I'll check. No, it's not VST. No, it's not old. Okay. There's a new Frankie. Okay. I believe you guys. Christina, I believe you. Yep. You're 29 too. This is the channel. That should be another thing. This channel could save your life in the live chat with the health information. And it's really for all of the 29-year-olds, 29-ish. If you're 29-ish, you'll probably like the channel, right? 29-ish, you'll like it. Oh, you were answering. Sorry, Christina. No, he just said they were in their pajamas, right? And it's too bad that at least they didn't elaborate more on what those trash bags were for, because they knew they were found. She asked him about the sheet. And wouldn't they have asked him about the trash bags? Why didn't they ask him about the trash bags if they asked him about the sheet? This channel is for the fountain of youth. I don't know why they wouldn't ask him about it. That aggravates me. It really does. He did not wrap the babies in anything. He said he snuffed them one by one. No, I know that, Mr. Yeshua. I'm talking about back in August when he made the first confession, when he still said Shanann killed the kids, but he put them in the truck and then disposed of the bodies. That's what I'm talking about. Tammy asked him, what was the sheet? And he said, the sheet was from Shanann. And she said, well, why did you leave it there? And he said, I don't know, Tammy. I don't know. I thought it blew away or something. I don't know what the heck he said. I didn't know. I don't remember. He was crazy about it. But I don't think she asked him about the trash bags. I wasn't thinking. Yeah. I wasn't thinking. That just reminds me of a childhood friend I had. She used to do like crazy things. I remember she was waiting at the door for me to come to the door once, and she put her fingernail all through something. I remember, what are you doing? I wasn't thinking. That was her everything. I wasn't thinking. I hate that answer. I wasn't thinking. Oh my gosh. I want thinking. He keeps, yeah. And then even Tammy mentioned in this interview, but I don't think she asked him about them at all. There were no fibers. Right. I know, my unit. I just want to know why you saw a guy claims to be psychic and said Shanann came to visit him. She didn't realize she was dead. Okay. Wrapped her in a sheet like he wrapped the doll in a sheet. Yeah. But then left the sheet on the ground. Like, why did he leave the sheet on it? That's what I'm saying. It sounds like he was in an. Here's the thing. If he left the sheet and the garbage bags on the ground, doesn't it sound like he was in an incredible rush, or maybe somebody was driving up as he was finishing putting Shanann in the grave and he had no more time to go and grab the sheet? Right? That's why I'm saying I don't think, even my husband said that the new version where he's walking from Shanann's grave all the way to the oil tanks, back to the truck again, all the way back, you wouldn't do that if you think somebody's going to be pulling in. How would he ever explain that if they caught him in the middle of the field holding a dead child? Or worse, putting the child into the oil tank. He's not going to, I just can't see him doing that. And the story, it just didn't make sense. It did not make sense at all. He never said he moved the truck closer. Yeah, he had help or he did something, there's something is missing. Okay. I don't think he would ever take off and then decide to kill the kids there and dig the hole then and take a chance that somebody was going to come up on him. He knew they were on there, they were coming. It wasn't that, and why did he leave the sheet and the trash bags? That sounds like he just made it in the nick of time. Who said he carried? He did, Mr. Hubble, in his latest confession. He says he parks next to where Shanann is buried. He puts her out onto the dirt, and then he kills the kids one by one. He gives you 3 different accounts. For the first account, he tells you he killed them in succession. The second time, he tells you he killed Cece, then carried her up to the oil tank, put her in, came all the way back. Then he murdered Bella. Then he did the same thing. That's the second time. It's a different time each way. Could have put the girls in the oil tanks the night before. I've said that too, Kathy. Yes. His latest confession. He put the kids in first. He put the mom outside. Yes. No, he put the mom outside the truck, but he never said he drove that truck. He never said, I got in and drove the truck over there. He said, listen to his story, because I listened to it carefully. Truck stays next to Shanann's grave. He says, and then somebody says, well, when did you dig the grave? And he couldn't answer that. He goes, they said, did the kids didn't watch me dig the grave. But he wasn't even sure that he dug it that morning. If you listen to his confession, you can hear it. So I thought it was sad. There were tire tracks. He took the kids to the tanks. You would absolutely, Denise, there probably were, because that's probably the way it really went down. I'm talking about his confession. He says he walked each of them. Right. I first walked. That's the exact word he used, which is a very weird. I walked Cece up, and just him saying that, wouldn't he be like, wow, that's a long walk? And nobody said anything. None of them. And they were at the site, right? When they say, wow, Chris, that's a pretty long distance. Maybe they just wanted him just to go ahead with these lies. I don't know. How is there no surveillance between us? Well, that's what I say, Caro. Somebody probably had a dash cam, someone, but they wasted so much time that those dash cams loop over. And, wouldn't it be great if somebody was flying a drone with a camera, right? I have a drone that has a camera, and it can take incredible pictures with really great clarity, way high up. I mean, and go over miles from where you are. But I think by the time they did this, anybody that had a dash cam, but you think there's a podcast, I don't know if you guys have ever heard it. It's a true crime podcast, but it says someone must have seen something. That's what it's called, because they go back in these cold cases and they start asking around, and they find people that saw stuff that were never asked by the police. What happens? It's a whatchamacallit, DJI Mavic Air, I think it is. county roads with little traffic. Yeah, but look, Ida, we live in my son has a dash cam. I have a dash cam, even in little tiny towns. So, maybe somebody did. His truck, no, I don't know if it just got out there and I'm not sure. But what I'm trying to say, this podcast, they went back on these cold cases and they started asking around and they found people that knew stuff that just were never asked by the police anything. You don't think those children were not screaming when they saw? Right. That's Rosary. That's why I don't think those children were alive. It happens often, right? So I don't know. That baffles me that not one person. You have some people. If you look in the Discovery, you'll see people call with like crazy things, and they said, "Oh, I think I saw them in the grocery store. I think I saw them here," but one person doesn't say anything about, "Oh, I passed that truck today. He was driving erratically," or yes, anything. Nothing. I saw this guy dumping something at the construction site into a dumpster. And what about all those people that go dumpster diving? You see these YouTube videos, these people, I don't even know how they do this. They go dumpster diving. What if somebody found something he dumped in a dumpster? I mean, somebody out there might know something else, but I don't know. What does the GPS? I have to go back and look, but I think it just says he's at survey 319. I don't know if it gives. I think they played down a lot of the details because they didn't want the public demanding the death penalty. The podcast, yeah, somebody knows something. They did one on that bomb that was sent to that guy in Canada, right? And then they did that little boy that disappeared from that pond in Canada. I think that the podcaster was from Canada, but then they also did one down in Mississippi, wasn't it? A hate crime down in Mississippi. I think I listened to 3 of them. Somebody must know something. Oh, and then there was another case of that woman that disappeared right after she got engaged. I think it was also in Canada, right? Okay, Mommy on the Bags. Discovery shows one bag had 8 latent prints. One bag had none. The prints they called latent were prints that they clearly were able to get. So what of? It doesn't say we don't have a match for any of that stuff. There are 2 garages, Pringle Dingle. There's a 2-car garage, and then there's a 1-car off on the side. And I don't know. I think she only parks her car in the 2-car, and I've never even seen. Has anybody even seen? Did we even see the police open up that 1-car garage? Isn't that weird? Did anybody ever open up that 1-car garage at their house? They did? I don't think I've ever seen like a police cam of that. I only saw the 2-car garage open. They use it for storage? I never saw it, though. Where did you see it? I don't ever remember that garage door open. Actually, there's enough room okay. They didn't, Anne? I never saw them open it at all. I only saw the 2-car garage open. No, it wasn't one big garage. It's a 3-car garage. It's a 2-car garage with a 2-car garage door, and next to it is a 1-car garage with a 1 door. Go look at the house. You can see the house on Google Earth. You can go right up to it. And do you know their house numbers? Their house numbers changed. I guess when they put the houses in the back, it used to have a different house number. And it still has the old house number on it when you look at the Google Earth picture. Mr. Pinkle, really what? The report does not say what happened to the prince. That's horrible, Annie. This is what I mean. This is the kind of stuff we should be writing and asking about. And I gave somebody the websites to the CBI, the FBI, and Frederick Police Department, and the sheriff, the Weld County Sheriff, and the Weld County DA's office. But inside one space, I have the same type of garage door. Really? Not that I've ever seen. Are you serious? No, but it was too small to be a 3-car garage when they, I'm going to have to go back and look. That didn't look like a 3-car garage. I have a 3-car garage, and it's much, much bigger than what I saw in the picture. It didn't look like that. It looked like it was a separate garage. I really think the one that was open is just the 2-car garage. I mean, we could find out because weren't those, that was a development, right? And the realtor said that the one house was the same model. I mean, there's sure to be a floor plan because the houses in the back, weren't they from the same builder? They are 2 garages. Yes, I got you. I understand the 2-car garage is it. I understand that totally. But there's another garage. Oh, sorry, Starlight. You know what I'm talking about? The small garage is where the girls' bikes are parked. Okay, Jesse, did you see that garage opened? You live in a house with a two-door car garage in Colorado. Okay. But they have a 3-car 2-door. Hi, right? Where's Sister Shay? We need her to take a ride to the house right now. No. It's a 3-car garage, all enclosed with a third. I don't see how that's the garage that I saw is just no other garage. It's just, okay. I wish I could share my screen right now and I would go to the Google Earth. Really have to figure out how to do that. I guess once I put, I can do that once I use that broadcasting software on the other computer, which I'm going to start doing in a few days. And I'm also going to get a call-in number so you guys could call in and we can hear you. I'm going to do that too. That's all going to happen. Okay. And then I'll be able to share my screen. You can't. Good night, Starlight. And then I'll be able to put it up on the screen and show you the house and I can explain exactly because yes, Jessica, then we can all have everybody call in. And I can even have some of you come on video too. Let's see. It looked like for lawn equipment, but I never saw it open. MH. There were tons of bins. That was in the basement, Randancer. Are you sure you don't mean the basement? That was in the basement, all those bins. You love this channel because we're crazy, right, Marilee? We know one door was open. Was there just one door? I think so. That's what I think. You guys are going to drive me nuts. It was never opened. Never, right, Angela? Right? Okay. One person agrees with me. They were also in the garage checking everything. Right, but just in that 2-car garage. If there was a separate garage, we would see it on videos. But you can see it and the door's closed. Diane C. Yes, CW is. Can somebody go right now to their address and so you could see it? The 3rd door is smaller, right? They have one 2-car garage with one door. And the best, okay, Sam the Schnoz, okay. And then they have a garage right next to it. And it's got a 1-car and a 1 door. One door was a double side. Yes, Jeannie. Yes, Janine. Okay, Brandy Brown says you're watching the officer camera now. It looks like the one garage door is open. Okay, but do you see another garage on the side of that, Brandy? Do you see another one? Slow mode is keeping me from typing. Oh, I'm sorry, MH. Okay. The garage is one room inside. It is. That's the 2-car garage, though, Winter. Good. Serenity sees that. One door is a double, one's a single. I've never seen that single door up, and I've never seen what's in that single garage. It's a 2-sided garage and a 1 garage on the pics. Yes. It's all the same room. I don't think so, Natural Wonder. I really don't. This makes me want to candy cigarettes. It's so frustrating. Cheryl, oh no. You have a picture. No, I wish anybody, where's my mods? I can't screen share, right? I can't without without the other software that I have to get, the broadcasting software. I just can't switch to something, right? I can't. I could oh, I know what I could do. Hold on. Give me a minute here, okay? Somebody give me their address. What was it? What was their address? What is it? 28 something Saratoga Trail? What does anybody know the number, please? 2825, is it? What is it? 2835? What's 2825? Okay, thank you, Serenity. Megan. Hold on. Can you imagine trying to do this? You couldn't even do this when we were. The poor true crime people that didn't have the internet and all this stuff, and they still solve stuff. Okay. Frederick. Okay, hang on. Hang on. No, it's going to be driving. I don't want driving directions. Thank you, please. Okay, I have to go off the street. Hold on a minute. I usually do this on my computer. Okay, here's their house. Hold on. See, I'm going to try to show this to you guys. Hold on. Can you see that? Oh, for the glare. Hold on a minute. You see there are 2 doors there? You see there's a double door and there's a single door? Can you see now? You all saw? Okay. I've never seen that single door up. I've never seen that single door up. And there's no way that was the whole garage, what they showed. It wasn't wide enough, what we saw inside. So, when the cops were first there, CW said that one side garage door was broken. No, he said that she couldn't pull up that second door with the code, that was broken. I don't know, Jean. I don't think it didn't look big enough to be that one big space. Okay, so are you trying to say, hold on a minute. I have to look at this from the side. Are you trying to say, hold on, let me get this up here. Okay. Are you trying to say that this one right here is not a garage? It's just like a storage shed that looks like a garage? Is that what you're trying to say? That's not a garage. You can't pull a car in there? It's just like a little storage shed? The other door is storage. It was one big area for a boat. Maybe it's a fake garage. What do you have? What Makos did you have on your house? I don't know what Makos are. I have a question, y'all. What difference does it make what CW did anymore? He's behind bars. Okay. All right. So you have the wrong house. Small doors on the other side. I do not have the wrong house. This is their house, Neon Butterfly. I can show you. It might be reversed to you because you're looking at it through my phone. This is their house. Watch, I'll show you. Here's the other side with the porch. You see that? That's their house. Believe me, that this is their house. This is their house. I've looked on Zillow. The policeman opened it a little and he said, "Oh," or something like that. Really, MH? Are you sure? Pay new mind. I won't pay any mind to them. I'm just confused on that. Okay. I never saw I'm gonna have to watch. I never saw the garage door open. Janet, it didn't look that big inside. If you looked where her Lexus was parked, it did not look like she had the garage, Linda. We're looking at the garage. When you look at their house straight on, it has a 2-car garage door and then it has a separate 1-car garage door. I have never seen that 1-car garage up. I've never seen inside there. And some people are saying that the 2-car garage opened and it opened into where the 1-car garage is, but I don't think it was big enough to do that. It didn't look big enough. It did not look like a 3-car garage. It looked like a 2-car garage. Chris walked through the garage door on the left. They went to the garage door that was closest to the house, the 2-car garage where she had her car parked. Why wouldn't he pull the truck into the single garage door area? I don't know, Brandy. That's why I don't know. Well, that would have been closer to Nate's house, so he probably wouldn't have wanted to do that. But I don't know what's inside that. It's a big garage. It's wide open. YouTube. I've seen that, T. Harrison, but it doesn't look like a 3-car garage to me. No, the double is closer to the door. You guys are all. No, the double. I'm looking at. Look. Can everybody? This is like school. Can everybody please pull up the picture so we can all look at the same picture? The double is closer to the door. The double is closer to the door. Mommy and daughter Wilkerson Zillow says 2-car garage and 657 square garage. Okay, so, well, here's what I can tell you. I'm fairly certain my garage is a 3-car garage and it's 32 by 32, 32 feet by 32 feet. And so that's like 900 odd square feet, right? So if there's would you say 600 and doesn't have the Summer Angel. But my 3-car garage is very big. It's you could actually park 6 cars in it, like end to end on each bay. So if it was a regular one, it could be 657. No, not for the whole thing. Is that for the whole thing? I'm lost. You're losing me now. Nate is on the one side, 2-car garage. The single garage is where a baby seat and a backpack, not sure what else was. Okay. So they have that in that video you're saying? Just take a quick look at Chris Watts' spot. They show it open, Veronica? Google. I have it right here. You mean at the other images? Hold on. Can I borrow your garage? You need yeah, G Greenspan. Guess how many cars we have in it? Ask me. How many cars do we have in the garage? None. Okay, so let's see here. Our garage sale, they turned into, when we had to redo this whole house, it turned into storage. Okay, so let's see now. You go Google the Chris Watts house. Okay. Okay. House where Chris Watts murdered his family up for auction. I can't believe it's still saying it's April when it's not going into auction until July. Okay, this is really weird. How come? I'm very confused. Now, this is bizarre. How come it's reversed now? How come it's reversed? One of the pictures must be flipped. Didn't Officer Conrad look kind of sexy? I don't even know who he was. How come the image is flipped now? You know, I started to get a really weird feeling. This is not his house. Yes, it is. Okay. Okay. I'm probably gonna get a copyright because they're watching Bohemian Rhapsody. Okay, but there was something. I'm lost. I told you what happened today about that conversation with my mother over weeks that couldn't have happened because of the timeline. The other day, I was looking at this Chris Watts house, and I looked at it. I punched in the address, and Google brought me to an empty lot. Okay. But wait, let's Queen Bee, just hear me out here, okay? Because I'm going to go to the hospital after this because I'm really getting scared. Between my mother's conversation that I remember, between the shirt that Shanann put in the store, and now this, I'm getting really scared, okay? I think I'm going to have to go to the hospital. So if I'm not on tomorrow, you know where I am. I was looking at this house the other night, and I didn't want to tell anybody this because I thought, like, then I'm going to be, okay. I went to the street map, and it brought me to an empty lot. And then I said, well, this is impossible. This is the address. I checked it on the Discovery. It's the right address, right? So then I went down the street and I saw their house. And then I was like, what the hell? And then I saw Nate's house next to it. And I was like, what the hell? And then I looked at the number on the garage, and it was the wrong house number. But it was their house. It had everything their house had. And okay, I'm so confused, Ivy Lynn. I put in the Google address, and it brought me to, are you trying to say Google is that far behind that their picture, that house wasn't even built? Oh, come on. How could Google be that far behind, Veronica? I'm lost. This house was too similar to theirs. And the one next to it was just like Nate's. I don't know, because Google Earth got a picture of my daughter walking in Albany with a flower in her hair. And that was like immediate. It was up. And they have recent pictures of areas around here. But how could that be, Fox? I don't get it. How could they be that far behind? That house was built in 2013. Are you serious? But their house was born Simple Diff. 2013. Your house shows a car you haven't owned in 7 years, Ron? Wow. In New York, we must be like right on that stuff. Yeah, that's what I thought, Lynn's. How could it be that far behind that there's not even a house there? How could navigation systems even work in that area if they're that far behind? Really, Leanne? Wow. Okay. All right. So you're trying to say that really, And what I'm trying to do, because believe it or not, our house numbers changed up here. When they got the 911 system, we all had different numbers before, and then they changed our numbers. So I'm thinking like, this is big money. What's going on? Their house changed, and then the garage changed to the other side. It's crazy. I don't know what happened. And I was freaking out because I was saying, so then the only thing that made me feel better, first I thought that the FBI said, look, we can't have all these looky-loos coming by. So let's just designate them to an empty lot. And then when I went up the road, I saw their house, but it had a different house number, right? So I said to myself, well, maybe they're really trying to freak people out, right? And they doctored it somehow so that it comes out to a different house number, okay? But then I checked Nate's house number, and his house number was different because his house is for sale, and you can see a virtual tour of it, right? At least I know I'm not crazy. At least not about this, but I really don't know about the conversation I have with my mother, okay? And because it wasn't just one day I had this conversation with my mother. I have recollections of speaking with my mother for months on end about that case, and that she was going on and on about it, and I wasn't really interested. Okay. Anyway, take a rest. So anyway, Veronica, I'm very scared. Now I'm starting to figure out. So you're trying to tell me that the empty lot it's bringing me to is where their house is. That's what you're trying to tell me, right? Okay. You have to walk down the street with the Google, and you go down about 2 houses, and then you make a left turn, and their house is right there, what I thought was their house, the exact same house, except the garage is reversed. But it's the same house. Okay. It's okay. Relax. Okay, Linda. All right. Don't go to the hospital yet, Linda. But no, the other night I got really scared. I'm telling you. Okay, KLM, I'll try. And I thought, my gosh, what is going on? Why is the number different? What's going on? And I thought, like, is the FBI, are they trying to clean? And then you start thinking about those weird people that you've been saying, like, wow, they're whacked out of their head with these conspiracies, right? And I'm like, oh no, don't tell me. You'll send me some chill pills. So then I just said, you know what calmed me down? I said, you really do believe that the Google van stopped at the gas and grass? Maybe cinnamon hot. Then I calmed down because I said, maybe it's like it was up here and our house number changed, because our house number changed. Everybody's house number around here changed when they put the 911 system in. Okay. So I thought, well, could it be that they built all those houses in the back and it messed up all the numbering? And that's what I thought. I need some CBD oil. I think that's the last. I'd really be hallucinating. I think I'm hallucinating now. I don't know what all's well, Queen Bee. Okay. I hope so. I'm good. That conversation with my mother is going to be a long time that I don't know if I'm going to be well from. My old street doesn't even have the honor of appearing, really. I just, KRP in Cincinnati, I don't understand. How would the navigation system work then? Colorado must be like, that will be your destination. I know it doesn't look like it, but it's been built up. This is 7 years prior. I don't get it. How could the lot before that's crazy. I'm sorry. They need to hire more people then. Don't you think they should have that up? That was 2013. 6 years. People need jobs, right? Google Earth or whoever's doing that should be hiring them. They don't care much about the the Midwest. The Midwest? Really? Maybe in New York, they are on that stuff. I can't even tell you how good they are in New York. Like I told you, my daughter got captured on your address on the Google Maps has to be older because of trees. Wow. Google is not always your friend. I guess if you live in the Midwest, it's not your friend. Not for finding things. And Google's always been a friend of mine. But okay, so then I still don't know. I have to go back because I've never seen the garage door open, but at least we figured that out, that Google is just slow. I don't know. Okay. All right. So their one car garage, okay, is so maybe then is it high? Do they do that? Do they do that in Colorado? They put something that looks like a garage, but it's like a three-quarter garage just to store like a storage shed. Is that what's going on here with this one? Okay, he pulls it up. Is that what happens? Truthers have discovered and shown that Google actually literally blocks out stuff from pics with little, okay. So I'll look at the body cam photo. Okay. But I'm just asking high because they don't build houses like that here. You have a garage or you don't have a garage. It's not really, you don't get like a three-quarter half garage. It's a garage or it's not a garage. They'll build like a double garage, like I said, you can actually park two cars end to end. It's a garage, Linda? A full garage? You can pull a car in there? I don't know. Yes? Mr. Pinkle, look at the Watts house today. Look at the Watts house today. Snow all over. How am I going to see it today? You got to put in Watts house today. Watts, Shanann and Chris Watts house drive-by on YouTube. Okay. All right. Your hubby just said for cycles. Yes. Okay. Cycles. But so it's not a full car garage, right then, Gypsy? It's just like a three-quarter? Please, Shady Lady says, please read my comment just posted. Oh, on the questions? Okay. I don't even know what question we were on that we were looking at the garages. That's how bad it is. Okay. Well, whatever it is, we're going to count it as answered. Oh, boy. Okay. I don't know. I've never seen a house like that. Maybe it's a Colorado thing. Okay. Wow. Okay. Sassy Darcy, is that who I'm looking? This is the one you want me to? Where Shady Lady? I see Sassy Darcy. Is you didn't put it here, did you? Shady. Sassy says if NK was there at the house, then why didn't she drive the Lexus with Shanann and the girls already in it straight to the site? Then no digging holes or have to cram the girls in the oil tanks. Either way, how did she get to work at 7? Okay, if NK was there at the house, then why didn't she drive the Lexus with Shanann and the girls already in it straight to the site? Well, they would still have to dig holes. Sassy, I'm not understanding you on that one. But they would still have to dig holes, right? Either way, how did she get to work at 7? I don't understand that, Sassy Darcy. And Shady Lady, I don't see your question here. Okay. Kathy Hendricks says, hey, Carolyn, my thoughts on NK and CW have taken a whole new direction since the interview. CW told Tammy the reason he wasn't excited when Shanann told him he was pregnant is because of the guilt he had for talking with NK. That's correct, yeah. Well, the video was on the 27th, not June, but May 27th, and they were already talking. And then he tells investigators that NK told him that she would give him a son. He also says that he didn't expect Shanann to get pregnant so fast because it took so long with the other two. And now here's a whole new can of worms. What do you think? Okay, so it was May 27th. So they probably started talking way before June 1st, right? Maybe was digging the hole and it wasn't big enough. They said, okay, so, all right. So yeah, I just think May 27th. They were probably talking earlier. They were probably at least doing that texting and stuff earlier. And maybe June 1st is when it went to a whole nother level. I don't know. But yeah, it does make you think, or maybe he's lying completely. Maybe he just wasn't happy and maybe he just said that. I don't know. He's ridiculous. He just read on to, did you see the one with him and Cece? Morning, Mommy, just woke up in Scotland. What have I missed? Oh boy, Lynette. A lot. We had a long discussion about a garage door that just ended up being Google's fault. The only difference in a half garage, the only difference is a half garage door on for the third full-size car. Well, it's a one-car garage door. But it doesn't look long enough that I'm looking at it to pull a car in there. If I look at Google Maps, it says the date in the corner. Right. I know. I saw that 2012. And I just thought they said they bought the house in 2013. I just thought it must have just been built or something. I don't know. I saw that, but haven't missed a thing. Let's not go back to the garage. Okay. Yeah. All right. We won't. Okay. Okay, let's not go back to the garage. Okay, so we went to I still don't see Shady Lady's question. I don't think you mean you put it on there, right? And I thought you said you put it on there. It's okay, Cinnamon. I had a nervous breakdown at Disney World when we couldn't find a spot to watch the Christmas parade. We were there. Oh, don't even get me started on Walt Disney World. Lisa, you might have been the person I saw flip out. Everybody flips out at Walt Disney World. I never saw so many flip outs at Walt Disney World in my life. I've never seen so many people flip the freak out at Walt Disney World, right? Because you get, for people that haven't been there and you think it's great, no, Mommy, inside house has a long wall. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, people didn't care. They would have knockdown, drag out fights with their spouse because they didn't give a flying you know what at all. And not at all, right? They were so upset, especially, when the worst fights were when you're on that tram going out at the end of the night and the people are just have like spent every dime they saved for 10 years to go there. And of course we went, I know we did. We went on spring vacation. You couldn't even get on half the rides. It was ridiculous. Okay. And the only reason we had to go on the spring vacation is because at that time I was a crazy parent and I didn't want to take my kids out of school. And my daughter was, I wouldn't take her out. So we went on the spring vacation and it was horrendous. Okay. And I saw some people just screaming at each other. Okay. All right, Amy. Somebody said something about Walt Disney World. I'm answering. But yeah, looks like a full garage and overpriced, Julia. Yeah, a bottle of water is like $8 and then everybody's buying that. And then their kids, right? They think their kids are going to love this. And then half the time the kids are like, they don't like it. Jimmy, everybody can hear you. So everybody, yeah, it's crazy. 15 swooped down. $15 French fries. You heard a man kicked us. Oh my gosh. I just heard people on the tram screaming, like we were trying to get a stroller on there. And then some guy was like, they don't care. They've got your money. They don't care. They don't care about you. And they were going crazy. I'm telling you, go on to Disney. I can imagine Jigsaw Puzzler. Yeah. And then you're like all pissed off because you're there and your kids can't even ride. But I wanted to ride the Dumbo ride. And the line is like 16 hours to get on this Dumbo ride. It's not the happiest place. My kids liked Hershey Park so much better. They did. which is we went, and then they liked the other places. Like actually, the Magic Kingdom was the worst to get in, and then they liked at that time they had MGM Studios, and then just Universal they liked better. It's just Judy. Do you know I'm a blogger, right? And when Disney World raised the prices, this is the last thing for Amy. I won't, and then I'll get back on the Chris Watts case because they raised the prices, right? And I wrote on my Facebook page of my blog, "Good going, shout out to Disney," okay? And I hashtagged them everything. I said, "Too bad they can't be like that." Remember that Mr. Mom movie where what's her name? Was it Terry Gar? What the heck was her name? She became the mother, and then she had that advertising. Yeah, even she had the advertising campaign, and she said, "I'm giving you the anxiety." I know, Lori. She had the advertising campaign, and she made that tuna fish go down in price while there was a recession. You remember that? Hi, Anna. And then everybody was so happy, and they said, "Yeah, we're going to lower our price. Take whatever tuna it was, right? We're going to lower our price. Lower our price." Yeah, the what? And then when when everything's back, we'll put it back to the normal price. But we're going to, we're going to help you out during this recession. So I said, and it was I forget when they raised their price, but it was a time when the economy was tanking. Okay, so I said, "Isn't that nice of Disney?" Very family friendly to raise the prices of their tickets when families are trying their hardest to make ends meet, right? And I said, it's just crazy. Why wouldn't they do something along that? Mr. Mom, Terry Gar, right? Yeah, she has. And I said, and I just wrote this post, and it wasn't in favor of Disney. I swear to you. I go to my son is trying to make as much noise as possible. Try to go to the inbox, and Disney, because I work with them. They give me. I go, "What? Disney will never work with me again." I swear to you. I go to my inbox a couple of days later, and they asked me again to be this social. And I made it. I said it right on my Facebook page. I said, "I'm not taking back what I said," and they asked me to work on this other campaign with them. It was very funny. But yeah, Disney, we had a much better, we just went to Hershey Park this last summer. And the kids had a great time. Okay, the Harrisburg Visitor Center had us do so. It was wonderful. No loss. Oh yeah. Okay, but yeah, Disney. Some lady said something I could just very relate to it, that she had a fit because she couldn't find a seat. I can totally relate to that because that would be me. And then Jimmy be saying like, "Calm down, calm down." Yeah, okay. I think about poor Shanann. I swear to you, I can't even imagine if something happened to me. The press. Did you see the way she treated Jimmy when he was making the limeade? You see the look she was giving at him? She was something. She was such a biatch. Yeah. Yep. And she exploited those kids. Those kids were walking around. It's 2 a.m. She was crazy. She left all those videos out there for us, right? I think I'm thinking back to Shanann, and I'm like, this. When I saw that, even before I started making these, I said, they think that she's being like snippy with him, and I'm thinking about me, right? I'm just like, are you kidding? They think that's snippy, or that's annoying, or what? Oh my gosh, what must they think about it? That's crazy. I could you can hear it, right? Wow. Yeah. No wonder he killed her. Yeah. She told him something about the limeade, and she made these eyes at him like you couldn't believe. I don't know how he didn't do it sooner. You just discussed with your friend. Well, yes, I did see some strange things with Ivy. I just discussed this with my friends. Oh, at Disney? Yeah, and then I think nobody cares because nobody knows anybody there, so they would have a knockdown drag out with their spouse there because they're like, what do they say? Financial issues are one of the biggest things that causes strife between couples, right? So Limeade. Oh, it's something Jimmy makes, and he makes it very noisily. He made a whole picture right before this video. But then they get crazy. What happened? What's Judy Barron say? Julie, this is why one needs to be careful what they say about people, the ones that are bashing, to look at their own homes. Right. Yeah, Julie. You'll never catch me saying that. I'm like, what are you talking about? Even my son that's going to be 30, he goes, what are they talking about? Because he grew up with me, remember, right? He goes, she seems really nice. I would love to be married to a girl like that. I would be so happy to be married to someone like that. I hope I can find someone like that. Because you know what? Yeah, he doesn't find that annoying at all. Well, Janet, and there are those people that love Cruella de Vil. I'm sure I get. But my son doesn't see anything wrong with that. I don't know whether like they just want to nitpick her or what, or they're just not used to it. Anybody that's I don't know. You're spot on. I can't imagine how they would put you on display. I know, right? And you guys would have to all be here to stick up for me, right? She wasn't that bad. So Cruella is my friend. Stop talking to her about like that. She did it in love. But what is it? It doesn't suit you. Move to another channel. But yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy. But yeah, who was saying something? And then I have a friend that she goes to Disney World about 4 times a year and loves it, does the countdown. And my daughter worked with a guy whose wife was a Disney nut. And every time they put me on these Disney campaigns, I was with all the people that are over the top for Disney. And I was like so undertoned. Like they go, did you get the suitcase full of the? And I go, yeah, I got it. Okay. Yeah. So I had Disney stuff in it. So big deal. It's had Disney plates. You can get those at Walmart too. They would act like you've never seen anything Mickey Mouse in your life. They count down the minutes until it arrives. It's crazy. Hey, but she has to go about 5 times a year. We had annual passes and we lived 1,200 miles away. Wow, Sharon. I don't know. It was very overrated. I mean, I've been there as a kid and stuff, but we had, like I said, had to go with the last time. It was horrendous. Liked Hershey Park so much better. Do you guys listen to My Favorite Murderer? No, Mortar Friend. I listen to a lot of podcasts. I used to listen to a lot more. I used to listen to Dirty John, and I'm trying to think of which other one I did. You'd pay to watch Mommy Stuck in a Crowd. But who was the one that said she flipped out because she couldn't get a seat for the parade? I totally understand that. You're like my friend, because we would be flipping out together. Is that really true? For some of us, yeah. Never been so hot. Yeah, I don't know. To me, it's very the Turpin parent. Yeah, they brought their kids there, right? All dressed in yeah. It's gone downhill drastically over the past 30 years. It's just so ridiculous. How can I have a bottle of water? Yeah, that's $12.50. California, Disney, and Disneyland is not that bad. Okay. Love the long. Yeah, I don't know. You're planning to go there? I don't know, Nicole. I mean, maybe, yeah. You might go. I wouldn't go during the spring break. Try to go when it's slow. Disney World isn't what it seems. It's Santa. Yeah. I don't know. My kids were just really upset. Half the stuff I wanted to go on with them, we couldn't even go on. I had bananas. Now I have oranges. See, I rotate fruit. I have pears on the other side. I can't get Mommy to see my messages. A rabbit dog. Shady lady. From the porch to the left-hand side, the final bend, parked in front of vacant land and down from a huge pool. What is shady? Disney is dangerous. The police hide the stats on how many kids go missing there. Knott's Berry Farm. Okay. People keeping track of what fruit. It's okay. I can handle. It's like I can handle the fruit. That's another thing. The Mommy Dearest movie. My daughter, my older kids and I know it by heart. The Mommy Dearest movie. I could recite every line in that movie, and I used them at various times during the day. That just reminded me of I can handle the socks. I can handle the fruit. TV, your comments or everybody's comments are gray. TV. Yeah, by heart, my daughter and I love it. Yeah. Wire hangers. What are wire hangers doing in this closet? Oh boy. No, not with Joan Crawford. With Joan Crawford. Oh, that's like a cult classic. They even have people that watch it with you, and no more wire hangers ever. Christina, get out of that bed. Okay. Oh gosh. You can't handle it, right? Don't that one, right? Don't right with me, fellas. This ain't my first rodeo. Okay. I swear there's so many lines in that movie that you could just use in your everyday life. When you clean the floor, you have to move the tree. Helga, I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the dirt. Oh my gosh. Yeah, the wire hangers. Is that the present you like best? Then that's the present you may keep. Okay. What do you mean, Mommy Dearest? Why doesn't law enforcement shut down all that? I don't know. Hi from Mommy. Oh, now the chat's moving fast for slow chat. Good. I'm new to your channel. You love Mommy Dearest. Yeah, it's crazy. How many? I never knew. Like I thought we were weird until my daughter had me watch it with some guy that's what they do. They just do a running commentary while they're watching the movie on some channel. It's a cult classic. I mean, right? It was supposed to be like a very serious movie, but it didn't turn out that way. It didn't turn out that way. Look at Mr. Pinkle's post. I can't go back too far. I'm going to go back 3 scrolls, and that Mr. Pinkle says, "Never laid a hand on those kids. Break out the coat hangers." My daughter and I always do the quitter one in the pool, and I still tell her stuff like that today. Quitter. But Mommy, quitter. And then I'm bigger and stronger than you, and I'll always beat you. We always joke around with that one all the time. I saw it, Chris, the wire hangers. Baby Jane, yes, I've seen that one. Then there was an old horror one. Do anybody remember? You guys would probably remember the one where they had an Aunt Helga. My sister and I ran into that movie when we were little kids and we were home from school sick, and my parents had fallen asleep. We were all asleep. My sister and I got up and we went into the family room. We saw this movie on, I don't know, it must have been really late, and it was like, and that's what I say. If I would have watched it alone, I would think this is how I work, that the movie didn't really exist, but it was some Helga lady, and she was in a wheelchair. You guys have probably heard it. And they were like, then they went back to the house like later on, but they kept having visions of this Helga, this aunt that was so bad to them. Anybody remember that? And I think she was coming down the stairs and her wheelchair fell or something. Does anybody remember that? Helga, I have to look that movie up. It was in like that. It wasn't black and white. It was like that sepia, and White. Do I remember the 70s movie about the man in the attic? The man in the attic. Oh, hi, Kristen. The man in the attic. I have to look it up. Is it Helga? No, it wasn't Baby Jane. It was they had an Aunt Helga, and I think she used to be abusive to them when they were little. And then they went back, and she was in a wheelchair, and she was horrible, and they hated her so much. And I think they ended up killing her. I think they threw her wheelchair down the stairs. Uh, you think it's the people under the stairs, Errol? I have to look that up. Analyze This is such a sad movie. It's a comedy, Black Rose. Is there undercover cops around Disney? I don't know. Man in the Attic. That was bad, Mommy. We have the good Mommy. Yeah. Oh, we love to make fun of that, Mommy. Not make fun. We do skits. We've done it ever since my kids were little. My little kids won't watch that. Like, I don't know. There's such a difference in the generation of my first 3 kids and my little ones. They don't know what commercials are because they've never seen a commercial. Half the time they never watch TV, which is a good thing anyway, because they're always doing it. But whatever they would watch would be on a movie. They don't care about like a lot of the Christmas things that I thought, oh, don't you want to watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed? No, not really. The kid we used to live for it. I don't know. Kids are very different today. On the undercover cops at Disney, Flowers in the Attic. Oh, yeah, I was so upset when I saw that Flowers in the Attic. We went the day it was released, and I was so upset. It was nothing like I was very upset. Mommy was saying Flowers in the Attic, the person's name. Oh. I got you, Black Rose. Okay. It looked like Analyze This. Okay, never mind. Disneyland. It's that Fortnite. Yeah, that's all. Oh my gosh. Who has kids that are into that Fortnite? That's like crack. And it's every kid. Like, I'll listen. Every kid that who's on there? Oh, this is that one. That one's that one. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's crazy. You looked at what house? Flowers in the Attic? Chicken. Yeah, it's the chicken children. Yeah, absolutely. Kids are I know, Rabbit Dog. It's terrible. We said, Jimmy and I said, well, it'll die down because it's only been about like that they've been into it like this, like about a month or something, because they really were. They didn't play video games or anything like up until. And then we thought, okay, it's just a little phase, and everybody's gonna. But it's crazy. Your teens play. My under 12 do not. Yeah, the Fortnite. Oh my gosh. My littlest one doesn't play it as much. He likes, but he'll go on YouTube and watch. I told you, like he watches these life hacks, and he's always telling me I should put some stuff like that in my videos. Your sister's son is addicted. Caro is a very disturbing book, but you loved it. You used to watch Dirty Dancing. Your nephew's obsessed. I think a lot of kids are. And now, because you don't just play a video game, you're on a freaking team with the other kids in your. It's crazy. She doesn't know. I worry. Oh. They're so addicted. You've had no choice but to learn how to play it. Well, I asked my 20, because my 25, 20, he just turned 26-year-old son, he plays, and I'm like, what's for Fortnite? There's anything bad? He's like, no, it's okay. They can play that. But he's like that too when he gets home from work. Of course, he doesn't, when they get married and stuff, I'm sure that'll change. But right now, yeah, it's just crazy. Entertaining into the night radio. You're welcome. The two of them, Jimmy, I guarantee you they're both asleep in there. I guarantee you they're both asleep in there. My daughter and Jimmy watching Bohemian Rhapsody. Dolores Claiborne is a good movie. And analyze this. Dolores Claiborne, I've always tried to put that on, and I don't think I've ever made it through that movie. Annie gives up. You should never give up, Annie. You got to get right back on that horse. Okay, so let's see. You guys, I don't see many new questions, and if Casbot's here, Casbot, I want to know if NK's in the witness protection program. I'm so glad I have somebody that I can go to and do that. Really. Everybody should go over to Casbot's channel and leave the questions that are left here. Okay. Have I seen Frankie's Jr.'s YouTube channel? Oh, I already read that. Okay. Okay. Amber Simpson says she's still wondering about the basement activity. They gave him 2 to 3 reasons for all that. Okay. Well, no, they really didn't give him. They asked him if he went down to get the trash bag. What did he do? Did he go down and work out? Then he didn't know. Then he said, yeah, maybe I went down. They gave him the trash bags. We still don't know. I'm allowed to be calling Mother Dearest. How come they don't have a video of NK going through the front door? I don't know. Homicidal. That was it, Serenity. That was it. I remember the name now. Homicidal. See? I knew one of you would know. Serenity gets the prize. Said, do you think Jodi Arias used the sex tapes to blackmail Travis to take her on the trip and it didn't work? She planned the murder. I never thought of that, Jessica, the sex tapes. I don't think so. I think she just got upset when that girl was texting, and I think he must have told her that, you're not the Marion kind. And I think she just lost her mind that she wasn't going to go on that trip, and he was still going to go after everything she did. He was still going to go on the trip with the other lady. And I think she just lost her freaking mind. And you're cracking me up. She never sees your comment. Mommy, I have been telling you it was homicide. Oh, I'm sorry. Annie, you get a prize too. Prizes for everybody. Annie, I got you. That was the give up comment. Okay. All right. Okay, Annie, you get the prize too. Annie gets the prize. Everybody gets a prize. You can all have an orange. Lots of people need to know it's Mommy Rambling. What she does is community and goes, is okay with it. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, prizes. I know, Sharon, right? Oh my gosh. What's an orange? They're behind me. The bowl of oranges that are replacing the bananas. Woohoo! Gold star for everyone. No, wait. We had all of those evil witch movies. He was always promoting the dark side. Oh, Walt? Dark side? Step into the light. Yeah, Jodi Arias is one of the creepiest people, but that's another person, okay? And this is something that's very important. When I was thinking about the Shanann videos and what they would say about me if something untimely befell me, and Jimmy did away with me. But here's the thing that sets Jimmy apart. Jimmy doesn't just hold everything. Jimmy and I can go at it. So that's good. That to me, that's good. If I had a guy that held everything in, I'd be really afraid. Like, he's going to go bananas just once, probably a year from now. I much rather see somebody that loses their temper, like whoever said they flipped out in Disney World because she couldn't get a seat in the parade, rather than somebody that goes, it's okay. No, I don't need a seat. I'm fine. It's fine. Because they're going to blow, because that's what they said about Arias. They said they never saw her get upset. And I said this when I used to talk on those calls to my people that I trained as part of a sales team, right? They weren't into it. They had to listen to me because I just had to talk about it. But I used to say, How could no one, if no one saw her ever get angry, ever get upset, and then she goes and stabs some guy 27 times and drags him around, slits his throat. That is such a level of rage that she is suppressed, okay? That they are the people you have to be so afraid of. When everybody always acts like you should be afraid of the lady that throws all of the baseball gloves down off the wall in Dick's Sporting Goods because you can't find a left-handed glove and you have a bit of left-handed rage, right? And so you throw every glove down going, no, right glove, nope, right glove, no, right glove, and you do it to the whole wall. And people look at you like you're crazy. But that's the person you don't need to be scared of. You don't. Because that's the person that feels the rage, lets it out, and is fine. It's not the person that just goes, no left-handed baseball gloves. I guess I'll try another store. Right? Not that I've done that in Dick's. But I did do that in Dick's. And I called it left-handers rage because I had 2 left-handed kids and I had been to about 5 stores and I asked them, how many left-hand gloves did you order? And they said, oh, 2. I said, do you know the statistics on the left hand and the right hand now? You need to order more than 2. This isn't right. And I flipped out in the store. Mhm. I did. You had left-handers rage too? Okay, see. Yeah. Yep. You feel my pain. I had 3 at that time, 3 kids, 2 of them were left-handers. You're a lefty too. It's very frustrating, right, Julie? And you could have a moment of left-handers rage. Right? So, but I would feel much better dealing with someone like that than do a corned beef. I don't like I don't like Ramadan. I don't know. That's not my thing, but yeah. It's like buying shoes yeah, and I have a size 11 foot. Imagine having a size 11 foot when size 11 wasn't cool, okay? Now 11, 12, what does that go up to? It goes up to a 10. Okay, it goes up to a 10. Great. Wonderful. Yeah. You're a 5. Yeah, Sharon. Yeah, it's either too big, too small, whatever, right? Somebody's either got big feet, little feet, a size 11. Yes, I do. Interested with the cats. It was not only feeding or taking care of them, but Jody did hit her brother over the head with a baseball bat as a child. Did she hit him over the head with a baseball bat? I have to look back at that. But no, I would much rather somebody does that than somebody just stifles all that stuff. So Jimmy, and he is not like Chris. She kicked the doggy boy. Okay, but when you listen to people talk about her, even the people that didn't like her, they'd say, "Did you ever hear her have a fight?" And they mentioned that one fight, Jessica, where do you remember about the backpack? She couldn't bring enough stuff, and they had to go through her backpack and take out some of her hair products and stuff. Remember that? And they said, like, she got upset, but really she didn't get that upset, and they kept saying, "Well, were they screaming? Were they?" And they didn't make her like, that's what I'm saying. If anybody ever got caught, they'd say, "Well, yeah, I remember the time she was in Dick's and she threw every freaking ball glove down on the floor screaming that, nope, it's not like." That's what I kept saying to the people. Yeah, sure. I can get upset over something but it passes. But I think those kind of people are your friends. Those kind of people are your friends because they get upset and it's over. The ones that keep stifling, the ones like now, what scares the crap out of me when someone says, he never gets mad. No, we've never had a fight. Never. No, nothing. Never. I'm like, run. I keep asking my daughter that. Anytime she tells me I'm like, is he, does he act like he's so shy, like he's so scared? And, it's like, run, run, run. I don't know. That's not a good thing to me anymore. Anybody says that, I'm like, stay away. Did I put the gloves back? I think in that one store, I don't know. I think they asked me to leave, but it's an empty lot on Google. Yeah, right, Jay Lady? But those are the ones that's when they're about to right. Yeah, I've never saw him get mad. Never. Not one time. They're the ones that like brutally murder their wife and then bury her in the backyard, like under a flower garden, and then go on whistling Dixie like nothing's wrong after that. Because then they're good for like 20 more years, right? Then they can stifle all that stuff up for 20 years. HSL sends. Oh, well, yeah. Now, Judy, I have no problem now. No problem. I find I can even find them bigger than mine. 12s are all around. I'm talking about earlier, like when I was in high school and stuff. I had to go to certain stores like Papagallo, and it was horrible. Please tell my husband that there's no reason to worry over your Hungarian temper. You use got Queen Bee's husband. No need. You're better off with her Hungarian temper. Let her get it out of her, and she's probably very sweet the rest of the time. But she's got to get that out. Otherwise, if fester that, you don't know what it'll be coming at it. You've taken on bank managers and one. I refuse to leave you. Oh my gosh, yeah, you sound like me, Juanita. I won't even tell you what I did to one manager. And so, making, yeah, I really, yeah, you can be my friend if you flip out once, twice, stuff like that. Or they're like, oh, go out with Carol. She never gets upset. Nothing makes her angry. No, she never gets upset. You've got a bad temper too. So we must attract the, what was it, 29-ish crowd, the bad tempers. Oh my gosh. But we're probably all very, for the most part, harmless, other than a few freakouts. But we don't really hurt anybody in the freakouts. I mean, and then people go like, crazy. Once Jimmy and I, he gets so excited when we got to get to the kids to get them off the bus, and we were checking out at Walmart, and the stupid bag of oranges I had would not scan or something. I don't know what it was. And so he said, I'll just go get another bag of oranges. He took the bag of oranges that I wanted, and he brought me back another bag, and I didn't like them. So I'm like, no, I wanted the other bag of oranges. So he's like, we've got to go. And I'm like, don't tell me what we have to do. Go get me the other bag of oranges. So then he went back, he got the oranges, and he's like, now we're going to be late. And then like somebody turned around over there, and I was just like, what? Leave me alone. Because I'm just like, yeah, okay, you, leave me alone. Yeah, because we can do that, and then we're fine, sharing whatever in the car. Love, want to go to Starbucks? Do you have extra time? Yeah, we do. Then it's like over it. Okay. So yeah, so we fought about a bag of oranges. But you'll blow up ones, right? Yeah. Orange is very important. It was very important. I wanted that bag. Okay. He didn't understand why I needed that bag. You were a 10 and you're only 5'7". My mom used to ask the shoe salesman. Oh, my brothers used to tell me that if my feet kept growing, they would have to lace up the canoes for me. Yeah, I had older brothers, I told you. Yep. Don't be putting us never get matters down. Oh, you're never get matter? Oh, dear. You're not all murderers? You never let it out? You never get mad, KW, pure in Cincinnati? Never? Are you married, KRP in Cincinnati? A lot of kids? I wonder if WKRP is married and she has a lot of kids. Word argued with husband at Sam's Club. A woman kept staring and it wasn't loud. I know. They act right. They act like, oh my gosh. They're probably all the same people that look at Shanann's video and go, did you see the way she snapped at him? She belittled him. Yeah. I blow up too. Yeah. I really, yeah. You're exhausted typing the same thing. Super nice, and you've been side-eyeing him too? Yeah, right. Pretty good. Your husband? What did someone say? I thought someone said I've been typing the same thing. You never get mad, Zoe? Never? You date the crazy American chicks who like to take out life insurance? Wow. Okay. You're so polite that I won't use Google because I can't say thank you. Can, Judy. I say thank you to my, you can say it. You have to call them up again. I do. I seriously do that. When I say for her to set my alarm, and then she says, your alarm is set for 7:30. And then she stops, and then I say, hey, Siri, thank you. And she says, you're welcome.
Right back at ya.
See? She knows I'm a good person. I do. You have to just call her up again. I do the same thing with that one behind me. I won't say her name. I call them up and say, you cry when you get mad, you don't yell? Oh, I don't know. How are you crying? Like feeling you don't get mad. You do get mad at evil people and you yell about them. Okay, W, then you're okay. You're getting it out somewhere, right? That's good. DiCaprio love. Don't let the door hit you in the behind on the way out. Call me Jake Reed's friends. Feel bad when you don't tell hey Google thanks. Yeah, I do too. I told you guys that the other night. I do say thank you to them. I really do. And sometimes if I'm in a good mood, I might have told Siri that I love her. My son told me, he told the one behind me that he loves her. You don't get mad. You even I get even. You love revenge. Okay. But at least, I don't know. I think it's these festering people that every time you hear it's 99% it's these quiet ones that never did anything that do the most hellacious things, right? I mean, things that you wouldn't even imagine the person flipping out doing. We have a guy that delivers our oil, okay? And he got so mad one day, it scared the life out of I would have to ask Jimmy, but I don't even remember what it was. But he was beyond scary. So much so that I think Jimmy called the oil company and said, don't ever send that man here again. Okay. But that man probably wouldn't even, when it came down to it, probably wouldn't even hurt a fly, right? You would think, well, that's the guy that's going to murder someone, right? But it's not. It's going to be the quiet one. He was so quiet, right? All the news. What about your neighbor that just massacred his whole family? So quiet. He was such a nice guy. He helped everybody. He's such a nice guy. I never heard him raise his voice. You tell it, thank you. Oh, I get mad at it too. Oh boy. When it doesn't understand me, yes, cinnamon hot. That's probably why I have to tell it I love it once in a while because I get so mad at it. Must be a New York thing. Oh, I think, yeah. Shady ladies shady lady keeps telling me she's trying to tell me something, and I don't know what she's trying to tell me because I can't find her question. She told me to go look on that thing, and I went there, and there were no new questions on there. I don't know. I really wish we could have color coding, but your hubby never talks. He scared the crap out of you. People get mad at hubby when they hear him call me a wench and a half breed, and those are your pet names, right? Oh, Annie, there's some people that do that too, and some people they like lovingly call each other these names, and some people don't get that, but I know people like that. I know couples like that, and they love each other. They just she is trying to tell you Google Earth, Sarah too. Yeah, I did Google it. Tara, Shady Lady, Google Earth. Right. A gray pickup. No, I did Google Earth, and that's where I was. It's a white SUV in front of their house. Your husband's the most even-tempered? I have to be heard. Childhood issues. Oh, yeah, we've all had those. Let's see. Today's news. That's awful. What happened today? Brad Pitt. What happened to Brad Pitt? He's dead? My Amazon Fire changed my crap to trap. Oh, okay. I thought you were just being nice. And I was like, well, it's not really a swear word. Okay. That's Chris Watts. Oh, Brad Pitt. Oh, you're casting for the movie? I don't know if they'll ever make a movie of that, honestly. I don't know. Remember the quiet John List in New Jersey killed his whole family? Yeah, and there's another guy too where the family adopted like 3 children from Korea and then had 4 children of their own, and the husband killed them all. Have you guys heard that one? Husband killed every one of them and the wife. Yeah, Cinnamon Hot Hot. It's one of the stories that I was going to cover. He's one of the family annihilators because I looked up a bunch of family annihilators and he was one of them. And they adopted like 3 kids from Korea. And I can't even, you know what it takes to adopt a child overseas? It takes a hell of a lot of paperwork, money, traveling back and forth. They do that. They have like 4 biological kids. And these kids weren't even, I mean, some of them were 3 and 4 years old, and he killed them all. Every single one of them and his wife. Hey, you think she was involved with more than just being a motive? I don't know. I think that she has to definitely be questioned. I got to type the same thing 10 times. I am sorry. That's why when we have the phones hooked up, then people call in. That's crazy insane. Yes. You remember John List? If only that man had noticed that Tiffany glass skylight, he would have made a fortune. No need to kill the family. I don't think there will be a Watts movie. Yeah, I just don't think there'll be a Watts movie because I think mostly because of the kids and how horrific, you know what I mean? Yes, there was a movie about McDonald's, right? And there were kids killed there. But I'm trying to I think because it would have to be so graphic with those little kids, you know what I mean, in the movie. And I don't know. You should still cover the heart case that adopted. Oh, that's the one they drove off the cliff, right? And everybody thought it was an accident, and then they found out. That was a weird case, right? But how could they all went? Every one of them. That's crazy. Started Googling, it brings you to phone pinged an area. I don't understand that if your life sucks like that. Right. Yeah, some of them, I guess, I don't know. Maybe some of the men thinking it's crazy. Some people are loud and aggressive and do. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure there's exceptions to. Yeah, and there's some people that are quiet that never kill anybody. But I just think, as a rule, I think a lot of people were very scared about people that had a temper, but a lot of times they're harmless. Katrina, hi, Katrina. Like my husband too, especially Towns, he always tells me I'm talking too loud. You're talking too loud. Shh. But then he doesn't realize how loud he talks. He doesn't hear himself talking loud. But I mean, it's just about anything. Not even that I'm upset. Like, I'll be like, shh, where you talking? He go, oh, please. My daughter is very loud, especially on the phone. Has no idea. They starved the kids and treated them like dogs to make people think even worse. They used their kids in order to make It looked like they were a perfect super lefty family. Yeah, and wasn't one of the boys, he was in some kind of, what was it? Something happened, and he was there at some kind of a vigil. I forget what it was for some, right? Oh, yeah, you talk too low. I had a friend like that, and she used to talk so low. That drove me crazy. Remember that family now, JMM? We have a family annihilation with survived case here in Ireland last year. Husband killed 3 kids and his wife, then himself. Huh. And what did it say? Then himself and what? And shocked the nation, Pringle Dingle? Okay. Your husband has hearing loss and he either talks under his breath or really loud. But if I seem loud to him, he's embarrassed. I get you. That's like Jimmy. He'll be talking from the other room. He can't hear me. He can't hear me. So then when I say it on the 5th time, then he's like, "What are you yelling for?" I'm like, "I've said it 6 times." Your husband shh me and my daughter all the time too. Yeah, and I can't hate it. I do hate it. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not yelling. Stop saying I'm yelling. And then he starts to get. Then yeah. Don't tell me I'm yelling. I'm not yelling. Oh, that's crazy. Okay. Well, you're at work, Diane. Love you too, Katrina. Family annihilators usually do kill themselves. See, that's what they were saying when they take the whole family out. That's what a good family man would do. It's not what a good family man would do. I'm back again. Cheerio. Cheerio there, Gail. Good night, Black Rose. Thank you, Black Rose. We got the chat slow because of you, Black Rose. Yeah, and leave so many questions. One of the kids had a photo taken of them crying and hugging oh, that's the one. But what was that for, Fernfic? What was that for again? That was I remember that one. Was that something about Black lives? Is that what it was? When a husband takes his whole family out. It's so sad. Yeah. Well, yeah. When a mother takes her whole family out too high, it could be so sad. That awful, what's the case called? That's awful. What's the case called? Which one? The one with the adopted kids and the biological kids? Which one? Missing child. Please check missing child. Deor Kuhn's parents involved. Is it a new case, snow remover? Is something new that's happening? I just think because of the two, I don't think they're going to touch it for some reason. They might do one of those like based on a true story, and you can tell that's what it's about, but they won't come out and say it. I can imagine that, but I don't think they're going to do it. The Hart family. The Hart family. Okay. They would take their kids out to all types of protests and give the kids signs that said free hugs. Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Yep. I gotcha. I remember that one. Not solved. Okay. Not solved. All right. I'll have to look at that one. Like Andrea Yates. Right. Andrea Yates. Couldn't believe you were still tuning in on her. Lisa was turning in on a vacation. Good for you, Lisa. Every single time I see your name, I think of Aaron Brockovich. All right, guys. You guys have to write some new questions because the questions in there. I can't wait to watch Casbot. I want to put some questions there for Casbot that I get. Susan Reinert case, strange case. Did the guy in North Carolina still on the run? I don't understand how they lost track of him like that. You think somebody would have just been keeping an eye, even like a. Any news on the North Carolina before we go? Yeah, Casbot is good. I like her accent. I'd like to give her a little bit of a hard time. Fun time. I told her. Yeah, I'm going to leave her some of the questions like we get. Odds are Grammy is visiting Chris again. If he's alive, I don't know. My YouTube doesn't have community tab. It has to. Tess, it has to have a community tab. Yeah, Casbot's accent. I like her expressions, right? Because you'll hear a weird expression that you don't use here. I swore I was going to bed. I know. So was I. All right, guys. I think my entire family's fallen asleep. 2 in the living room, 2 in the family room. So I better go rouse them and get them into their beds. All right. Good night, guys. Take care. Question: fingerprints on Bella's baby doll. I have no idea. I want to find out those fingerprints on the garage bag. So if somebody could work on that, that would be good. Thank you to all of our great mods. Black Rose went to bed, but everyone else, Dylan, Christina, Sharon, Late Kate, and who else? We have any others besides that were here tonight? I don't. Ocean was here, right? Did I miss anybody else? Ocean Girl was here. I think I got everyone. Thank you all. Thank our mods putting up with this craziness and putting up with me off topic. Thank you all for coming, putting up with me off topic. I will talk to you guys off topically, hopefully very soon. Everybody have a good one. You missed my videos? Oh, okay, Lisa. I hope you had a good vacation. Good night, Lindsay. Top of the morning to you. Happy St. Patty's Day. All right. The Warren of the Green. See you later. Bye, Ursula. All right.